Well, hello and welcome back to day 2 of the TechSef Undisputed 2023 State Championship. Once again, I am Captain Atsoka, joined on the desk by the wonderful Boardy McBoard.
And we are back and better than ever. We have a lovely crowd here getting ready for all the excitement that we have set today. And they are hyped and lit. Let's hear it again from you, crowd. Make some noise. A lit crowd going on, and we have some litty games coming on as well. We not only have Rocket League, but a little bit of Valorant action as well, Cap.
Yep, that we do. And not only that, but yesterday we got to see at least one of our champions take the stage, of course. Yeah. You know, that was in some Super Smash Brothers, and they got a pretty nifty championship belt. Well, guess what? We got some more championship belts to hand out today, and trust me, I've already taken a couple selfies with one of them, so you're going to want to get your hands on them.
They are hefty, they're wafty, but they look good, too. Good selfie material, too. The reflection, very good right here. But we are going to reflect on some of the action that we saw yesterday because there was a lot of good gameplay in several different games. A lot of championships happened yesterday. A lot of them will happen today. But we saw some good Rocket League action, Overwatch, Valorant, and so many different things as well.
Yeah, and then again, you know, the Smash tournament ended. They were able to take home this beautiful championship belt right there. And it was actually Minute Maid to come through and take the win. I think completely undefeated. There was no bracket reset.
No bracket reset at all. And it looked like it could have been close, especially with that Steve pick, but close. Unfortunately, no cigar, but we might see a lot of close action. We've already seen a lot of tournaments come and happen initially. Earlier today, we saw some excellent League of Legends play. We also are going to have the Overwatch tournament happening locally here as well. But for today, we are going to see some exciting Rocket League Valorant action. And of course, we're going to start with our favorite, some Rocket League.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, again, you know, we've gotten to see a lot. Well, not a lot, but we saw a couple of matches yesterday, some Rocket League, and it was getting down to the nitty-gritty. But now, this is where the gloves come off, okay? We're going into the state championships. The belt is on the line. So we are going to really see the best of the best coming from our upcoming 2 teams.
Yes, the heavyweight champions of the world. Might as well put some heavyweights on your shoulders because, hey, that belt looking nice, but also hefty, too.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't get me wrong. An in-game Rocket League title is nice, but you don't get yourself a championship belt. You can only do that here.
Exactly.
And with that being said, let's get ready to introduce our first team competing for the Rocket League State Championships. Coming up first is going to be Geyer Esports, the Wildcats.
Of course, you cannot forget the other team that they are competing against. May they forever prosper is gonna be Prosper Varsity. You know what I love so much about, the introduction? It not only gets you hyped up, but this is a grand finals. We're fighting for that belt. So to have this walkout, show your swagger before you actually get your swagger on in the game, I love it. It gasses you up, gasses the team up, and makes this feel like this competition, now it's gotten real.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Because I got to see the homie, coming out with the shades on from Prosper, I had to throw my shades on, If we're going
you had to do it for him.
Yeah, if we're going for the drip competition, I want to have an entry in it, And not to mention these shades, they match. The red and the black. I'm telling you, I take that extra layer of drip,
Guys.
You got to bring the sauce.
Look at the material. I feel like Will Smith right now hyping up Jada Pinkett. We got the matching with the red on the sides with the black and the cap. Looking sharp as always, all right? So hopefully we're reflecting some sharpness on the casting stage. Hopefully we see some sharp gameplay because I know the intros were sharp.
Hey, I didn't start the drip competition, but I'm in it to win it. But regardless, all funds aside, I cannot wait to get the actual competition underway, the competition that everyone came to see. Here at TechSef, it's going to be the Rocket League State Championships. And honestly, you can already see some of these teams are in a pretty good mood. They're feeling themselves. And really, I think that extra layer of comfortability being on stage is actually going to give them an advantage.
As a wise philosopher once said, you look good, you feel good, and hopefully they play good, because we are starting off. Rockets booming, already a demo. Mercy getting demoed here, but Prosper, Varsity, and Geyer, seen them do a lot of things. Let's see who can walk away with that belt.
Well, let's get ready to find out. As you can see, the shot's already being taken by Geyer. Now, all of a sudden, Prosper seems like they are on the attack, forcing Geyer to play a little defense, a nice amount of control coming out from the midfield. And now, you can see Prosper with the interception, taking the ball the other way.
Yeah, it looked like Snap might have had an opportunity to retain that possession, but so far, Geyer doing an excellent job, not even letting Prosper get a chance to get that ball in their own territory.
Yep, so far so good. Once again, it's been a real battle for that midfield. And then look at Silas nearly getting that touch off the backboard. But once again, Geyer really taking control of the ball here and keeping Prosper somewhat contained in their own half, as that one will go in, and we have the first goal of game one.
I was going to say, watch out for Bio, because so far they've had pretty good control of this ball, and look at that, controlling that into the air. A nice little start off, only a minute in, getting something on the board. This is great if you're Geyer.
Oh, and I love the player cams too, because notice when they walked out, it was all seriousness, all business. As soon as they score the first goal, the smiles come out.
The smiles come off. It's just like when you're playing a video game. Maybe when you're casual, you're cool, you sit back and fine. But no, this is lean forward time. That's where you put your head in the game, and that's where the game shines. So far, we've seen it for Geyer. Let's see if Prosper can respond, and they do, just like that.
And look at that, Mercy showing no mercy on the pitch right now. Coming through with a massive goal there, getting the first goal of game one in the favor of Prosper off of an interception. Coming off the backboard, they tried to clear it out, but Mercy was there and waiting.
And what did I say? Bio would be involved, but Bio could not get there in time. Almost a good defensive play, but good teamwork right there. Of course, we got to give props to Snapalicious for setting up the good play.
Yep, and we're getting right back to the action here. You can see Jaden trying to clear this one out, and then gets demoed for their services, leaving a wide open net for, once again, Snapalicious.
You mentioned this the other day. Sometimes you need to be an enforcer in order to set up some shots. Snapalicious getting that good play off of the Mercy demo clear.
Oh, that demo was absolutely filthy, and I loved it. Again, I'm the villain of Rocket League. You know, I love myself the demos, the bumps, the physical plays, and honestly, it's all those explosions that make my day.
Hey, man, we've yet to see Cap with a little Batman mask. You know, a little bit of villainish going on, or maybe we need a Bane mask. What's going on here for Cap?
Hey, I'll give you a little tip. Baldness is in itself a villainous trope.
That's true. Anytime that you see anything going on in a Disney movie, they're bald and they have the goatee. So Cap, you're almost halfway there. Almost halfway there was Silas's shot, but good job by Iceborg to save that.
Yep, now going off the ceiling, and you can see Geyer really starting to put the pressure onto Prosper in their own territory as they are keeping this ball confined inside of the Prosper half. And here comes Bio again, able to get that pass out towards the left, but the touch wasn't there.
Yeah, Bio trying to just make sure that he can get his team position. If they can get good position, then good things are happening. And it looked like Bio might set up the shot. Iceborg couldn't get it done with.
And now, once again, it's really just a lot of pressure coming from Geyer right now, and it's just these small openings coming from Prosper that really just make the difference so far in game one.
It's the little things that end up being big things right there, and Iceborg trying to do a good job on the other side to set up some defense right there. Couldn't quite get a handle of the ball, but that's where your teammates come into position. Good job clearing that ball out to give them a chance, and they seal the deal.
That they did, but still plenty of time here. We just passed halftime, so Geyer, they really have an opportunity to try and equalize, and Jaden is literally going to get the ball rolling as they score the second goal here for Geyer.
Speak and it shall happen. This is a high-octane scoring event right here, and it's a little bit of an own goal by Iceport. Ooh, you give it one there, getting a goal, but then you kind of give it away on the other side.
No, that was calculated. You know, they knew what they were doing. Ice off the rip. No, that was intentional. 100% calculated.
Honestly, I meant
opinion.
to do it. It's like, have you ever seen one of those memes where it's you have all this math going on and she's like trying to figure out what the equation is? I promise you, totally meant for that to happen.
100%. And now, just 2 minutes left here, and Guy are only within one of equalizing against Prosper. As you can see, they are going to force the initiative here, trying to bring that early aggression, but Prosper is able to break free.
Yeah, and it looked like Merch might have had an opportunity to put it on the other side, but then Iceport coming right back. Iceport has an opportunity right here, couldn't get it off the center ball.
Nope, and now it's going to get cleared right back the other way into the the Geyer half of things. As that touch is going to go down. Perfect pass opportunity, but the shot is blocked right off the crossbar.
And you know what? It could have been a geyser because I believe their celebration was that splash when you went. Unfortunately, that couldn't happen. Almost got the double tap, but good job by Mercy right there, getting a save mid-air.
Yeah, and now Silas again. They've had so many attempts off the backboard, but unfortunately have yet to find the back of the net. But it's only a matter of time with the way they've been taking these shots.
Only a matter of time. You know, the more shots you put up, the more things could happen. Jaden almost got it in, but now Snapalicious has a chance to make them pay.
That they do. A nice swish and flick to get over one defender. This one goes off the backboard, but luckily Jaden able to come through and carry that ball the other way.
Oh, that was almost some snazzy dribbling that we saw there. Close, but no cigar. But that's what happens in Rocket League. Good plays can happen, but you need to be able to finish. And so far, Silas been doing a good job centering the ball for his team. Unable to finish his dating there.
Yeah, and right now, Prosper just doing a really good job of running out the clock. Only 30 seconds left to go. And if Prosper can simply hold on and maybe play a little keep away from Geyer, then they can take the dub with only a one-goal lead.
Yeah, Jaden, it's pure determination, though. Being close, no cigar. Bio coming out of nowhere to go ahead and get that save. They needed it to make sure that they still have a chance. Silas strikes the center, but look at that Snapalicious coming out of nowhere.
Yep, 5 seconds now. Time continuing to tick away. Could be the last chance for Geyer. As that one will be saved and cleared away. 0 seconds on the clock, and game number 1 will go to Prosper.
Mercy coming out of nowhere. Mercy me, making sure that there was no mercy or no remorse on that play. Good job clearing that. It looked like there could have been a chance, and we could have had a last-minute tie-up. Instead, we're going to go to the next game.
Yeah, that one actually did look really good. I thought it was going to go in for a second, but
it looked so close.
But that's what Prosper was literally doing the entire time. They were playing solid defense and just running out that clock, because once they had that lead, time was on their side.
And sometimes defense comes through. Well, all the times defense comes through in the championship round. So we'll see if maybe Geyer can play some more defense or perhaps get some more offense going so they can make sure that they can tie this series up.
Yeah, and to keep in mind that this is the grand final, so these games are going to be a best of 7. So plenty of opportunities here for Geyer to strike back, and they're going to strike back first here in game 2.
I was just about to say Jaden has gotten so close, but has not been able to finish it right there. But they didn't need to, because Silence cleaned up the air dribble, got it on the ground, and it was able to keep it in.
Alrighty, it is Geyer to score first here very early into game number 2, but can they keep this lead? As you can see now, it will be Bio to take this one out off the back wall. Going to be cleared out. Going now back to the corner. Good pass over to Ice, but it's intercepted by Jalen. Looking for the shot. Bio gets denied.
Got denied by Mercy, making plays all over the place on defense. Defense sometimes turns to offense, but Jaden made sure that didn't happen, as it looked like Prosper could have had an opportunity to make a run there.
Now going right back to the action. Geyer looking to get their second goal. Not able to get the interception, and now the ball's going to be going the other way into Geyer territory. Prosper trying to equalize, but not finding any opportunity.
And good thing Jaden was right there, because it looked like the goal could have been cleared. Look at that. Mercy going again. These saves have been ridiculous. That one an epic one at that. Mercy's been flying all over the place, being the primary defender for this Prosper team.
Geyer once again going to try and force the situation. Forcing a double commit off the backboard could leave an opening for a potential goal, as that one's going to go out from the corner. Followed up again by Geyer going off the backboard, and it's cleared out by Prosper.
Oh, and this is a shot right here. There's nobody in the way until Bio is there to say absolutely not. Not in the house Geyer right here doing a good job getting that out the way, and now they're trying to make their own run until Mercy also comes the other way. A lot of ping-ponging action happening here.
Yeah, also the pace of the play has really slowed down a lot compared to game number one, as both of these teams now are kind of more acclimated to one another, so they know what to expect, at least for now, as once again, Geyer is going to try to start the aggression.
Mercy getting control of the ball. Jaden just has been so close this entire series, but has not been able to get anything from that. Snapalicious has, though, could not get a good control of that, but Mercy coming back, and now, like I said, going back and forth.
Yeah, and this is really a stalemate for the midfield right now. This is where the battle for the contention is going to be for the majority, I think, of game number two, because once you get control of that midfield, you're able to push up your offense even further. And Geyer, they're not really having to do much because they do have that one-goal lead, but at best case scenario, they want at least a two-goal insurance.
Yeah, it sets up those rotations once you have that midfield. You can go ahead and make a play. If you don't get the play, somebody can get something off of the rebound. Maybe you can go ahead and set up a shot to somebody who's coming around from the side on the wall. You never know, but I do know this, that right now this is going into the favor of Bio's season right now because they have that one-score advantage.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass play coming from Prosper, but it was denied. And we're seeing that Prosper, they have the right ideas, the right mentality. It's just that the finish is just not there. You build up all that hard work, but the job's not done.
And sometimes Rocket League is so frenetic because after having such a high-scoring game, especially in, I believe, the 4 to 3 minute mark at the last game, right now, a bit of a stalemate, only one score right here. And honestly, if you're Bio season, this is good. You can get another win in you. But of course, anything can happen in a minute and 30 seconds, and Iceborne, another save.
Yeah, this is the part where you have to start getting a little bit more speedy. The pace of play is pretty even, so now you got to take a little risk to get a little reward, as that shot will be denied, nearly going in and on for Prosper.
Yeah, nearly going in, but nearly doesn't cut it. Can Jaden finally get something to happen? That's been a tale of Jaden the whole day, getting very, very close, but unfortunately not able to retain possession. Silas there to make sure that Prosper couldn't get into position to get their first goal of this match.
Nicely. Now I'm starting to have a little deja vu. It seems very vaguely familiar from game number one, except for it was Prosper that had that one-goal lead racing against the clock, but now Geyer, they have the one-goal lead, and now they have control of the clock.
Sometimes all you need to do is play keep away, but sometimes you need to make a play, and that's exactly what Bio season does until Iceborne says absolutely not off the rebound.
Off the backboard, what a read and what an amount of pressure just to get that one down right under the crossbar to find the upper 90 and find the equalizer here in game two.
Just when it looked like Bio season made the heck of a play coming out of nowhere, and that's what you need to do. Have good positioning right there to make sure you can get these opportunities off these missed shots or misplays or off these saves. And look at that, Silas making the save right there.
Yeah, and they were nearly getting that one on, but the defense was able to recover just in time in order to clear that one out. And now, with 20 seconds remaining, I don't know, I don't want to jinx it, I don't want to Captain Caster's curse it, but we may have overtime here in game two.
We may have overtime, but right now, Prosper looking like they're in good position. Silas saying no. Could they do something? The ball, of course, if it's in the air, then a play could still happen. 3 seconds left to go, and Silas makes it go to overtime.
Well, there you go. Sometimes you have Caster's curses, and sometimes you have Caster's blessings.
Yes.
As now we're heading into our first OT.
Way up. I got blessed. Come on now. As we see right here, Iceborne starting off strong with a good run right here, trying to make quick work of, it's only 13 seconds in, we're already getting a shot and goal, but Bio season coming out of nowhere.
And you know what? This is somewhat how I feel, especially when it comes to Rocket League overtime. It's a completely different ball game.
Absolutely.
It doesn't seem that way because you're still playing Rocket League, but I promise you there's an X factor that some teams have and some teams don't. When it comes to overtime, you're either going to go numb on the thumbs or you're going to go sick on the sticks.
Pressure bust pipes right now, and we'll see who can keep it under pressure or who can step up. Mercy been saving all over the place. You need a hero. It's going to be Mercy flying in to save the day.
Yep, and now once again, we're back to that battle of the midfield. A real back and forth between the two as finally Jaden is able to put this one over towards Prosper, but it's an easy save, easy clear, and now Prosper wants to try and take a turn on the offense, but once again, it's going to be Geyer to put this one back into Prosper territory.
See, Iceborg made a kind of save move and did not get it, but did get it on that play right there. Jaden could not get it off of that, and just off the crossbar right there. BioSeason trying to make a shot. Unfortunately, the posts were not good for him.
And a beautiful pass down towards the mid, nearly capitalized on, but it was cleared out by Prosper, who now have an opportunity to try and go on the attack.
This is an exciting overtime. So many saves, so many close shots right there. Jaden getting the save right there. BioSeason could have getting not what count as a save, but setting himself up as that. And BioSeason had an opportunity to get a goal off of that. Nobody in Prosper's way for the goal, but unfortunately just could not get a handle of that ball.
And you know what, it's funny, because in car ball that actually happens a lot, where you'll see a play unfold and it definitely is a save, but somehow, some way it doesn't register. Maybe the goalie was just too fast to keep up with.
You know, saw things too far ahead. You know, the math meme that we were talking about before, where there's too many calculations. You out-math the game, so they can't even calculate what's going on. I like that.
Let's see right now if Prosper has what it takes to solidify a second win, or if Geyer can get their first win in the series, as now we are at least half of regulatory time into OT. We passed the 2-minute and 30 mark, and Prosper now once again are going to try to start the attack, but Geyer just able to clear this one out back to the midfield.
Again, I will echo this. It's so funny how we had so many goals the first couple times, but now it's all defense. But sometimes that happens, you know. Sometimes you understand what the team is doing, and therefore you can make good plays. And then also, too, you can get your rotation straight, get your communication to go down. Jaden just unable to get the ball, but at least Silas right there for a good clear.
Yep, here we go back to that midfield line again. And you know what? I think, honestly, the play is going to be decided by a demo, by a bump. Once we get that solid physical play, we're going to see the game-winning shot here in OT. But honestly, ever since we made it into extra minutes, all of the physical play has stopped.
Yes, enforcers can sometimes force the game to be over. And sometimes you just need that demo, that clear out to set up for your other team right there. I mean, a good pass, a good assist is also good, but also you can assist by just clearing out the other players. So let's see, Snapalicious has a chance right there, but again, a good play. Won't count as a save, but good job getting in the way.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're going to see what we're going to have to see, at least some more short-range quick passes, because these long ball clears aren't going to get anything done besides giving possession away to the other team. So as soon as we can find like a very short, quick pass play, maybe even a fast break, then we're going to see an opportunity and an opening being made for the offense.
But then that means the other team is going to have to struggle, maybe double commit, maybe commit too many players, or maybe just whip on a ball. So far, everybody has been solid. The communication has been on point. Nobody's letting anything pass. And just when you think, hey, there might be an opportunity, a clutch rotation out of nowhere comes up for the other squad. So, hey, they are doing their job as we're approaching, again, a whole nother game worth of play if you look at the time.
Yep, we're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds shy of hitting the 5-minute mark, which would be a full game of regulation.
Woo!
As that one was on target, but again, the reaction coming from Geyer was able to save that one before it went in.
After Mercy has been making all of these saves, Mercy, of course, gets a taste of their own medicine. Unfortunately, getting blocked out right there, but it looks like Mercy might have an opportunity, could not get it.
And the bump play was there, it looked good, but unfortunately the shot did go just a little bit too close to the sidebars. Now that one does pinch off the ceiling, and the defense again able to come through with the save.
Defense, yeah, defense. A lot of it, okay? As you see, anytime there's an opportunity, BioSeason comes out of nowhere. The defense setting up the offense.
After 5 minutes of overtime, Geyer are able to answer back and tie up the series at 1 win apiece.
Guys, I hope that you're happy, because in the event that it goes to the best of 7, you already have had your 8th set of Rocket League play right there. We got an additional game's worth of action, and Geyer coming back out of nowhere, 1 versus 1, and then basically a tie because there's another play. So hey, we enjoyed that. A lot of action that we've seen so far here.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind, this is a best of 7, and we're only down 2 games, and we got 1 going each way. So you still have to get 4 games won before you can take the state championships. So we have barely even touched the tip of the iceberg here, as we still have so many more games left to play.
This is why we love Rocket League. This is why we love Grand Finals action, because we have the best of the best going against each other. And just when it looked like all of these games might be high octane in scoring, it gets a little bit slower, but then it also gets a lot more intense because these teammates are funneling, learning each other's strategies, and going hard against each other. So I can't wait to see some more action. We're gonna throw it to break. We're not actually going to break. Instead, we're going to just wait a little bit while we get some more action going and get these gamers, cool off their thumbs, because there's a lot of different things that they did there. And, 5 minutes worth of play, we've already had 3 games basically.
Oh yeah, you see, we're giving them a break. We don't get a break.
Not at all.
They're the ones that are gonna get a break. But in all fairness though, I mean, again, I got arthritis. If my thumbs were going on the sticks like that, I would need a break too. But with that being said, again, just a real back and forth so far.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that I don't want to say that it's really going one way or the other, because it's such an even match, but at the same time, I just feel like the way that Geyer is rotating and keeping possession right now is that they could have a competitive edge.
They could have a competitive edge. I really liked what I saw from Prosper this first time. I am interested in seeing what BioSeason does, because BioSeason is an interesting player. Seems like they might be a key player to look forward to. We'll see what other key plays we will see going forward. I said there wasn't a break. We're actually gonna throw it to break now. Give these gamers a break, and us too. We'll see you afterwards.
Well, hello and welcome back once again to the TechSef Undisputed Rocket League State Championships. Once again, Captain Asuka, joined with Bordy McBoard, and we are getting ready to head into Game 3 of this Best of 7 series.
And if you say we're headed into Game 3, realistically, we're headed into Game 4, because the amount of play that we saw, that overtime period lasting another 5 minutes, but some excellent play that we've seen so far. As you said before, Geyer and Prosper looking very even against each other right here, rallying back and forth against each other. We'll see who has the edge, but right now, Iceborg trying to start it off hot. Jaden said absolutely not.
Oh, absolutely not. As you can see, Prosper already trying to start that early aggression, which is what they need to do, because Prosper, don't get me wrong, they're finding the back of the net, they're taking good shots, but their shot count has always just been a little bit behind Geyer. So if they're going to want to try and take a commanding lead, they have got to get those shot counts numbers up.
I think their saves have been helping them. Excellent backline play from Mercy coming out of nowhere. Iceberg also making some of those saves as well. Okay, but that defense can also set up some good offensive opportunities. We'll see if maybe Prosper playing that good defense off of Geyer's aggressiveness might end up benefiting them and get them some W's.
Well, let's see. That 50-50 is going to put it out towards the mid. Cleared out back towards the side. Iceborg does get a 50, but it says this one skyrocketing the other way as Mercy does take control. And that battle for the midfield will continue to go on as that first demo sets off the transition here for Geyer.
Oh man, it's a battle in there for sure. I feel like they're scrapping and elbowing and going at each other, and as soon as I said that, there's a demo, so you know there is some physicality in play happening here so far. We need to see more of those, because if you're having such excellent defensive plays as we're seeing there, we didn't see that in there actually, Snapalicious is getting it in, then we're gonna set up some excellent shots that we just saw, like there.
And you see, this is what I love right here, especially coming from Prosper, is that they didn't need anything fancy, high-flying, flip resets, musty flicks, or anything of the like. That was just a fundamental pass play, putting a shot on target, forcing a double commit from the defense, and then taking advantage of the opening.
Sometimes mistakes can set up some beautiful plays for the other team, but that's where the communication comes on making sure that those plays don't continue to happen. Prosper doing a good job, like I said, off of the aggressiveness of Geyer. Mercy making a play. Let's see what they can do after that.
Yeah, this one's going to go right back down to Mercy, who is now taking control, does put it off the backboard, looking for the pass, and it will go in. Snapalicious is good for 2.
Silas was very close, but unfortunately whiffed right, and because of that, there was a rebound snap, getting it done, cleaning up the trash at the goal and getting it in.
Well, there you have it. That is going to be a now comfortable 2-goal cushion for Prosper University. But keep in mind, only 2 minutes have been gone so far here in Game 3. Still plenty of time for Geyer to answer back.
Oh, that's why Rocket League is one of the best esports ever, baby, because so many plays can happen in such a short amount of time. We've seen 7-second goals. Ooh, say that 5 times fast.
Nope.
Right, exactly. I'm not trying to embarrass myself on this stage. But we've seen several quick plays that can happen in this game. It's very frenetic, high pace, but I don't know if we're actually going to see that from these teams because they do such a good job of just really communicating, getting on each other's back lines. Again, mistakes I feel will be the key on this one. Whichever team messes up first will be the one that feels that burn.
Yep, meanwhile, this one's going to go way up high over the net for Geyer. Good control there coming out from BioSeason as they're able to take this one back into Prosper territory. Huge pass play, open net in the middle, and Jaden sends it home.
What did I say? Mistakes. Nobody at home because of those whipped attempts at getting that ball. And look at that, Jaden finally getting one in. And I like that for Jaden. Jaden unable to really get a good handling of the ball earlier in this series, so hopefully that introduces some confidence. We could start seeing some more excellent on-target goals right there. Jaden making another play. The confidence sky high right now.
Yeah, and Prosper has lost their 2-goal lead, so now they don't get to enjoy that comforts of that 2-goal cushion. Now they have to step things back up on offense and not lack so much on the defense.
Yeah, that is going to be a big challenge, Joe. As you see right here, Geyer does a great job, and we're a bit at a stalemate. There's a demolition going on.
Well, now let's see if we can actually start a demolition derby. But in all seriousness, we're heading back to the midfield. Great interception, great 50-50 being made to send this one back out towards the side. Silas now looking to take control, puts it down to the mid. Shot is on, but there's 2 defenders in the way from Geyer.
2 defenders in the way. BioSeason finally getting control of this ball. We saw that BioSeason had early control of the ball earlier in Game 1. Unfortunately, has not been able to have quite as much control as they want in this one.
Yep, BioSeason now going right back up, has the extra flick, puts the shot on, but it will not go in. That one is going to be a very close save, and now with only 1 minute remaining, time is ticking away for Geyer to try and equalize.
Yeah, I think they tried to set up that flip reset. Unfortunately, couldn't get a firm handling on that ball. Also, but I do like the fact they do have the ball in Prosper's possession, but look at that. All of them were over there. Good job by Jaden, because it looked like that might have been a goal for Prosper.
And those are the type of plays you really have to make. It's high risk, high reward. Sometimes you got to send 2 players in to try and get a quick pass play going. Kind of like that. That was nearly on, but the recovery was there from the defense of Geyer.
It looked like everybody on Prosper had an opportunity to get that ball and get a shot in, but good defensive rotations right there by Geyer. Ooh, a wide left shot right there. That could have made this game tied up.
Yeah, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Now we're going into the final seconds here. Last chance opportunity for Geyer. The ball is still live, looking for the pass. It goes out to the mid, but it will hit the dirt to make it hurt for Geyer, as it will be another win for Prosper.
Jaden was a couple inches on making that play and making sure that at least that ball would have stayed up, giving the team at least another chance, another opportunity to get another shot on goal. Prosper back up. But knowing these matchups and knowing this game, I have a feeling that Geyer will come right back, and we might be seeing in a 2-2 situation.
I love as soon as they got that second round win under their belt, they cut to the coach, and coach just nodded.
Yeah.
Like, yep, that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you do the work right there. Job's not done. Job's not done. We got another game.
As Kobe says, job not finished, is it? Job not finished, isn't it? You still have to close these games out, especially against a competitor that's doing their job and has so many shots at goal as Geyer. As you said, they are strikers, and they're striking constantly. Prosper, though, as I said before, taking advantage of those opportunities and making up for their mistakes. We'll see how Geyer responds, and maybe if they take their foot off the pedal, pun intended, I guess, in order to make sure that they can secure another win in this series matchup.
Well, here we go. We are well and underway now into game number 4 of this best-of-7. Prosper now up 1 in the series, looking to put themselves on match point, and Geyer looking to equalize, but it will be Snap-alicious to start things off for Prosper Varsity here in game 4.
Yeah, and all of them just weren't in the prime position that you wanted. All of them went for that ball. Nobody dared to do a recovery off of a potential rebound. Snap-alicious, right place, right time, and did a good job in making sure that that ball actually went into the goal.
Yeah, here we go again for Prosper. They're starting on the offense early. Get a nice little bumperoo there on Jaden, but not much doing there.
Not much doing there. Iceberg has possession right here. This could be a chance at a good run right there. Jaden kind of with right there. A demo. Let's see if this sets up anything. And good job, Prosper making sure. No, none of that.
Yeah, and Prosper playing a little cautious. They're getting some good reads. They're getting some good plays. But look, because there's no second player there to receive the pass, that was a wide open net opportunity that went down and by the wayside for Prosper.
You have to take advantage of one player not being there, especially against these teams. As I said, mistakes are what seems to be setting up a lot of these plays. So if you see a mistake, you have to harp on it. That's what Prosper did before. Let's see if Geyer can have an opportunity to do it. And it looks like they might have a chance here. Iceborg, as we said before, won't get the credit for it, but a good save right there.
And Iceborg is just so good at challenging these 50-50s. They take one 50-50 and then they turn around, recover, and they're right back to get a consecutive win right off the rip. So they are really good at getting these challenges done in their own territory in order to get a lot of these clears, denying Geyer a lot of offensive opportunities.
This game is all about good possession and just making sure you can get your mitts on the ball. That is exactly what they're doing right there. Another opportunity to put their mitts on the ball. Doesn't have it long, but all you need to do is take advantage of the opportunities that you might get.
Yeah, now back off the sidewall here for BioSeason, looking to find the back of the net for Geyer and trying to equalize. Now that 2 minutes of regulation has gone, Geyer still sitting with a big old buttery bagel on the board and haven't been able to score just yet.
Oh, Cap, don't make me hungry. A good old buttery bagel. Well, my goodness, that's a good old biscuit right there. We finally ate the bagel. We're feeling good. And we love that play right there. Look at that, the skill, the sauce by Silas.
And don't get me wrong, I'm loving all of these great solo plays, some real highlight reel worthy mechanics. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the team that is able to get the pass plays that will come away with the win. And unfortunately, from either side, we haven't seen a lot of those pass plays yet here in Game 4.
No, we haven't seen a lot of that. I feel that every time we see somebody set up a center, somebody's right there to clear the ball away so you don't even have an opportunity at goal. I love seeing some good crosses and some good assists. So far, we haven't seen it. Maybe we might get something off like a pool shot or something like that, or ricochet, where it's like, yeah, a little more calculated of a play in order to make sure that the other team doesn't knock the ball away before we even have a chance.
Fun fact, a pull shot in Rocket League is when you hit another car into the ball and it goes in.
Yeah.
Have yet to see that, but still plenty of time to make it happen. 2 minutes now on the clock. Geyer trying to start the attack, but it gets cleared out, and it will go the other way as Prosper now will try and put one on the board.
Prosper trying to put another one on the board. Iceborg in good positioning right there. Unable to get it off the bounce.
Now this one's going to go right back the other way here. Prosper once again on the defense, trying to clear it out. Jaden does get the touch out of the corner, but again, no one there to reciprocate, and the defense was there and waiting.
Defense have been making some plays right there. I feel like that's how Prosper has gotten a lot of their goals right there. Let's see if BioSeason can get that there. Making sure to get the ball and right there in the air. This is a chance. Ooh, but not quite there. Good job playing that defense by Prosper.
And that was a nice display of aerial acrobatics.
Yes.
I mean, being able to air dribble it from one side of the pitch to the other. Got the flip reset, but couldn't get the shot on, which all looks good and great. But a short, quick pass play down, maybe, going into the back of the net, might have looked a little better.
One of my favorite things about seeing Rocket League is seeing those plays where you're just flipping and you're twirling. It's like a ballet, I feel like. You're just pirouetting throughout the air, and then you get the ball in. I feel like we're not going to see that in this game, though, because the other team will come out of nowhere and make sure that they knock the ball out of their hands. But, you know, maybe do something nice for the fans, you know? A little nice twirl with it, you know?
Yeah, nothing
Flair.
wrong with a little flair, absolutely. As Jaden now does take control, puts the shot on, clear it away, and now the pass out to the midfield does go down. Another block. BioSeason, back-to-back blocks, shutting down the offense from Prosper.
2 saves in a row, and as I said, the defense has been setting up the offense, and it looks like we might have that opportunity, but absolutely not. Prosper again, doing well, just recovering right at the nick of time.
Yeah, speaking of time now ticking away, and it looks like we could have yet another overtime in this series, and we do. And keep in mind, the last time we went to extra minutes, it was a Geyer that ended up taking the win, so let's see if they can do it again.
Let's see if we might get another 5er before we actually might see the ball go into the cup. We might be having at least 9 matches worth of games happening right here. The fans are being fed well.
Oh yeah, no disappointments here when it comes to game time. We are going the full length here in this game number 4. No real advantages being taken just yet. A nice little flick up, has the pass down, but it gets cleared away.
Oh, and Mercy might have an opportunity, but BioSeason is right there, decides maybe to set up a pass play. But as I said before, if you try to set up, clear the ball, trying to make sure, center the ball, I'm sorry, to make sure that you can get an opportunity for your teammate, they've just been really good at just getting the ball out the way so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and look at this, trying to drag the ball all the way to the side, looking to get that 100 boost, but it is stolen away. Silas now with an opportunity, putting it off the backboard, but Prosper able to recover in time.
Yeah, Mercy doing what they've done the entire time. That's get the ball out the way of Geyer's shot attempts. Just in the nick of time, Silas meeting Mercy right there in the middle to make sure that they can get control of this ball.
Well, we're already past the first minute here in OT. This one's going to go the other way. Mercy now with a huge opportunity. Has a lot of boost to work with. Gets the flip reset. The double touch off the backboard, but the finish is not there.
We almost see the most saucy plays, but the other team says you will not floss and floss on me. You got to give something for the crowd here. I know you don't want to be down, but come on, man. Get the crowd hype.
And that was actually a perfect play there. Again, they went off the backboard, they incorporated the pass, and the pass was there, but it was just a great defensive read as that one does go off the crossbar, and now the clear will send this one into transition for Geyer.
Let's see what Geyer does with it. BioSeason, as I said before, get good possession. Unfortunately, not good possession right there. Snapalicious trying to make a run in itself. Silas says absolutely not. Iceberg pumping it right back in. But good rotations right here from Geyer. They've cleaned up a lot of their defensive rotations.
Yep, that they have, and a lot of interceptions being made at this midfield line. As you can see, Silas now does take control, goes off the backboard, shot goes on, and it doesn't go in, but the second one is good, and now Geyer, Wildcats are 2 for 2 in OT.
You wanted to see the assist, and that's what we got of course, off the deflection. BioSeason again cleaning up any mistakes off of that. A good save right there, but unfortunately, you have to make sure to watch out because there might be another bounce off of that. A good play off of the save. Good job, BioSeason, getting it done like they have so many times before.
And you see that? I said it earlier, and some people out there thought Captain was capping, but guess what? Some teams get the job done in overtime, and some get them done in regulation. Some teams can just play that extra minute, other teams can't. So far right now, Prosper Varsity, both of their wins came from regulation. So far for Geyer, both of their wins came from overtime.
And I don't know what you're talking about. You saying Captain be Captain. It's looking like Captain stays right so far. Geyer doing an excellent job, and this matchup keeps on getting more pretentious. It's been back and forth, not only actually on the pitch, on the play, but also when it comes to these series matchups. One team getting a play, one team getting a match, another team getting the play, another team getting a match. I'm loving this. This is what the Grand Championship is all about. And we'll see who walks away with that belt, because right now they're giving it to both of each other. And it is amazing to watch.
Oh, absolutely. That's 4 games now that we're down here in this best of 7. And you still need to win 2 more just to take the dub as we get ready to head into game number 5. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get this one underway.
Oh, and we are not starting with fireworks because Mercy and Iceborg were right there to send that ball out the way. You know, we always I talked about that 7-second play that could happen because Rocket League is so frenetic. We're not going to see it with these competitors, rotations, but it would have been nice to see.
Absolutely, and BioSeason now trying to start things off for Geyer. They do get challenged. Ball going to stay in the corner here, though, as this one's going to go right back down. The pass out now going towards the mid, and the double commit costed them a potential goal.
Oh, and let's see what Snapalicious does with the run right there. Good job. Recovering off of that. Jaden has an opportunity. Whiffed on that ball. Silas might be in control. Mercy says you got to come quicker than that.
Oh yeah, and the flick was there. It was a great play from start to finish, and all it had, and all it really took from Prosper was that one defender to get that read. And I got to tell you, when you're going up in a 1v2 and a 1v3, that read, trying to predict that flick is so difficult.
Oh, it is absolutely so difficult because, you know, one thing about this game is that the ball can sometimes bounce everywhere. You have to make sure you have good control of it. Silas has another opportunity. Mercy, another block. Iceberg trying to make a play off of that. BioSeason doing another block. Mercy coming back. Oh, man, back and forth. That was a good rally and a good run that we just saw from both of those teams.
Yeah, and we're seeing some great passes coming from both sides here. Now another shot attempt will be blocked. But the problem is that these passes are really elongated. There's so much space between the players that they're often intercepted, challenged, blocked, etc. If you really want to get an opening on that net, you have got to start shortening these passes, quicken the pace a little bit, and catch the defense off guard.
Come quick or don't come at all because the other team will harp on it. As you see right there, Snapalicious getting it back. It's the blue team's territory. Mercy tried to get a play off as Silas read it, got the 50-50 ball, and now we'll see if maybe Prosper can set up something good here.
Well, here we go, right back to the action as this one's going right towards that midfield line. BioSeason does get 50'd out towards the side, and it's going to be Snapalicious to take control, only to be stolen away by Silas. And now a shot will go on, but it does not go in.
It does not go in. Of course, Mercy, who's been blocking all these shots, ends up getting their own block right there. There's an opportunity right here, a scrap heap going on. Unfortunately, nobody able to get clear possession right there for Prosper. Silas clearing it away. Will Jaden knock it in? Not if Snapalicious has anything to say about it.
And you see, that was a great play. You know, we're seeing, again, a lot of these long field cherry-pick passes, and it's so hard to get that redirect to put them on, but that flip reset might get the job done as the follow-up shot from Snapalicious will find the back of the net, finding the first goal of Game 5.
And if it doesn't work for me, gosh darn it, I hope it works for the friend. BioSeason, unfortunately, a little bit too in the goal. Looks like they came at the goal a little bit too quickly, and guess who ended up getting the goal? Prosper going up. But as we've seen so far, Geyer might come back at it. We'll see what happens. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. The caster's curse is finally happened. Prosper coming back right after that, and only in 13 seconds.
Yep, 2 minutes now on the clock, and Prosper once again gets to enjoy the comforts of a 2-goal cushion, but we've been here before, Bordy McFord. They've had the 2-goal lead, and Geyer somehow, some way, has been able to equalize and send us into overtime. Will it happen again? Only the last 2 minutes will tell.
I've seen this movie before, and
no.
I don't think it's gonna happen. We see everybody is hyped up. As you see right there, you gotta encourage your teammates after it's been a stalemate. And honestly, Prosper really only getting these goals, I feel like, off of defensive plays. Now the offense comes in, and they are being aggressive and being rewarded for that. Prospering in this one.
Absolutely no mercy. Well, mercy showing no mercy to Geyer off of that flip reset, and now they have a 3-0 lead, and time beginning to tick away for Geyer now, as they have yet to get their first goal of Game 5.
They have yet to get their first goal, and it looked like they could have set up another play. Unfortunately, a little bit of whiff right there. Mercy making sure that they get the ball back in good positioning. I think Jaden should be able to clean that up, and does.
Yep, good demo there. Should open up an opportunity for Prosper, as this one's going to go off the backboard. Can they get two? No, it's going to go down and by the wayside.
Yeah, Mercy, unfortunately, a little bit wide right on that one. Silas trying to get their own play as well, but unfortunately, they ran out of boosties. Bio Season couldn't cap it in because Mercy has been doing an excellent job. You know, we're not talking about Overwatch, but I feel like Mercy is the support player right now, really healing their team with some of these blocks and really setting up some good opportunities and making sure that Geyer has no chance of making them pay.
Well, speaking of, look at Mercy again, just trying to pad the stats now. Only 40 seconds remaining, and time literally ticking away for Geyer. And I'll let you know something about the rule of thumb in Rocket League. You typically want to gift yourself 10 seconds per goal.
Yeah.
So now with these final 30 seconds, it's an opportunity to have at least 10 seconds per goal for a comeback for Geyer, but another 10 seconds is already off the clock.
Another 10 seconds, and at this point, it becomes darn near close to impossible. The quickest goals I've seen are usually 7 seconds or less, but it's less than that. As you see right here, Prosper having a great round. After so many close games, we finally see a dominant one from one of these squads.
Oh, absolutely. That was literally the most one-sided match we've seen so far in the series. And I love that these players are holding true to Rule 0, but unfortunately, we can't keep it up forever. And now Prosper will put themselves on tournament point.
Tournament point. Prosper feeling themselves. The communication has been great, and what I really love is that there was so much hype going on, a support of your player. I really like, you know, one thing, I love it. Personally, at Costa, when you're like, you know, you make a good play, you make a good pun, and honestly, I want to be like, yeah, you better do your thing. We saw that physically right there. As soon as Prosper got that other goal, they were hyping each other up. That's teamwork. This is what this is all about, and we'll see if Geyer can respond. Geyer, of course, we've seen has responded. Those are usually off of overtime. Do they need to potentially go to overtime again to make sure that they could cap it off? Who knows?
I mean, I honestly think so. Just the way that they have been playing, it's clearly that they can play overtime just a little bit better than Prosper.
Yeah.
So that is where they really get an advantage. Not saying they need to try and force overtime. Of course you want to get it done in regulation.
Absolutely.
But I think the precedent has been set that when it does go to OT, it more often than not will go the way of Geyer.
As we've seen, it does go that way, more likely, but maybe something might change. We don't know, but as we set and get ready for this next one, we'll see what might happen. I'm excited, Capper.
I actually really am, because I honestly think that right now the competitive edge is currently going the way, unfortunately, not in the direction of Geyer, but rather going the way of Prosper. And I only say that just because they managed to get some highlight reel-worthy shots on the board, and I'm talking flip resets, coming off the side, solo plays being made, and is just literally building up momentum for the side of Prosper. But with that being said, I think we're going to take a quick short break, and when we come back, we will see Prosper go up against Geyer on their match point, coming up right after this. Alrighty, well, welcome back once again to the TechSef Undisputed Rocket League State Championships. That's right, crowd, let me hear you make some noise.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hearing a lot going on behind me in the audience as both of these teams currently competing for that state championship belt, and it is a beauty as we get ready to head now into game number 6, match point in favor of Prosper.
And this is a crucial game. We will see if Geyer clutches up like they always have in this series, or if Prosper will finally get it done in dominant fashion like we saw in the previous game. So far, I love what I've seen from Geyer, but I also like a little bit of flip and reverse it from Prosper, really being aggressive, and that's worked out well for them. I think they might do it again, and they do it, gosh darn it, they do it.
Yep, and immediately wasting no time here into game number 6. And you know what, if I'm captain, say captain's captain, but I really do think they have a big competitive advantage going into this game 6 because currently there have been 4 unanswered goals coming from Prosper. Geyer currently on a 4-goal drought.
Well, when it's match point and you're the leading team, sometimes you really feel relentless and that you can be aggressive because you have nothing to lose. If anything, we are going to go to another match. We might as well go for broke right there. Unfortunately, the shot does not go down right there. Good job making sure that they're playing defense. That's the key for Geyer. Now Geyer has to get into the mind of Prosper and really make some good defensive plays, but then make good offensive plays off of that, as we see earlier from the other squad.
And now you can see it is going to be an opportunity from BioSeason to try and get this one towards the midfield. Looking for the pass play, but no one there to receive it. As now this one does find the middle, and no shot attempt coming from Geyer just yet.
No shot attempts so far because they've been on their heels. An offensive and aggressive Prosper team, as we've seen, has been very dangerous. But this is what they've always done too. They've always made good plays off of good defense. Ooh, there was an opportunity. Good run right there. Iced out right there by Silence and BioSeason.
And you see, I like this pass play coming from Geyer. That's what they need to do to try and get past this defense. But unfortunately, the follow-up shot just doesn't find the back of the net or even find the touch. As now Prosper is going to take control and put this one back onto Geyer.
Yeah, a little bit too much sauce right there from Silas off of the bumper right there, but good job making sure that they're making a play. Look at this, a good opportunity, but then good saves from this squad. Mercy couldn't get it done off of the block play from Prosper.
Yeah, and now once again, we're back to the midfield line. A shot does go on. A little bit too overzealous on that one. You had plenty of opportunity to work with there, and they decided to go straight off the rip and try to take the shot. As now the redirect will put this one back into the midfield, and here comes Mercy looking for the flip reset, but it will be denied.
Will be denied, not in the house of Geyer, or at least not yet, as we've seen. Good plays and good setups so far. We have not seen a tremendously saucy play, but I do enjoy seeing the setups because every time I feel like we're going to have a setup for an amazing play, I just know somebody else is going to come out of nowhere and make sure that doesn't happen. Silas clearing out the ball. Let's see what Iceborne does to make sure it goes the other way.
Yeah, good quick short pass out of the corner, but the shot just finds the crossbar, and inevitably, ironically enough, the crossbar, actually the best defender in Rocket League.
I was gonna say, don't you hate it when you're playing Rocket League and it's not even a defender, a car itself that blocks the ball, but it's actually the circumstances around it, that darn goalpost that stops you from actually getting it in. Good defense, I guess, by the crossbar. Not what you want to see if you're Geyer, though.
And now a pass coming out of the corner for Prosper. Will connect as Mercy will find the back of the net for the second time here in Game 6 for Prosper Varsity.
Speaking of things that you don't want to see, this is match point for Prosper. So they already have that advantage, not only in games, but now also 2 scores with 1 minute and 58 seconds left to go. Of course, you still have plenty of time if you're Geyer, but you have to be feeling that pressure.
And that was a beautiful play. The demo was there, the pass was there, the shot was there, but unfortunately, the defense, the lone defender from Prosper Varsity was also there.
And they've always been really good at just making that communication to make sure that somebody's there at the goal. But you know who else has also been at the goal on the other side? It's been bio season. Unfortunately, they have not been able to string that defense into runs. It's just been their aggression off of plays.
Absolutely, and now Geyer needs to step up their aggression here as they have just over a minute left to go to try and find 2 goals as an open net opportunity is there. Bio season will find the back of the net, giving Geyer now a 1-goal disparity here in Game 6.
Bio season saying, I may be down, but I'm not out. And look at that, a little cheeky assist that you see right there off of the wall, able to make sure that they can get the ball in. Bio season has been by far the MVP for this Geyer squad. Let's see if the MVP can get another goal in this game.
Well, that's the way you want to start things off. They were able to cut the lead of Prosper in half and now are within 1 of equalizing and potentially sending this into another overtime, as this one is going to go back towards the middle. A nice pass out towards the mid. Not going to give anything to go, though, as Prosper now will take a turn on the offense.
Oh, and bio season, very close. No cigar, though. If they got a hold of that, that could have been an open goal. But talking about open goals, Iceborg just might have put this game on ice.
Very, very so. As you can see, that was a beautiful follow-up touch. Again, they were able to send a double commit, which usually never works. I actually can't stand a double commit, but it makes it so hard to read for the defense because you don't know which one of those 2 is going to take the shot, and they didn't bet on Iceborg.
They didn't bet on it, but my goodness, Iceborg bet on themselves, and with 22 seconds left to go, with 2 minutes, Jaden absolutely needed to get that ball into the cup in order to make sure that Geyer had the chance. It's looking like that last shot by Iceborg may have sealed it for Prosper, and right now, those that prosper shall be going away with the victory belts.
Oh, absolutely. There you have it. Your TechSef Undisputed State Rocket League champions is Prosper Varsity.
And really just shout out to them. Amazing play that we saw from them. And after, you know, the back and forth that we saw earlier around, and especially to their opponents coming back in overtime, it's very easy to get down on yourself and say, man, you've already put in so much time, so much effort, and then they just keep on coming right back. We can't get them off of our heels. But then you have that big Game 5 where you get 3 goals and then you hype up your squad too. I think that injected so much confidence in this Prosper squad to the point that they didn't feel that they had to play on their back heels and make plays off of defense, but could go for the goals, and I should say go for the belt, because that's what they're gonna get.
Oh, absolutely. And when it came down to the statistics, it was really just one-sided in the favor of the shot count for Prosper Varsity. In that last game, it was 11 shots compared to the 6 coming from the side of Geyer. So with that being said, the possession was just all Prosper Varsity there in that last game, and they were able to take that and just play a good game of keep away, denying any opportunity for Geyer to try and equalize.
Denying it. And that's what they did the entire game. We have to give our props to Mercy because they did a good job of using those ball denials, and then Iceborg did an excellent job as well, getting plays off of that in order to make sure that they got the ball in. And it was just beautiful teamwork by all 3 of these competitors. And because of that, we saw some beautiful plays, some beautiful action. And guess what? We have a lot more left to go. We have some Valorant left.
We do, but before we get into that Valorant, we have got to award our champions with their deserved belt and their deserved medals. Hoist that belt up high as you are the TechSef Undisputed State Rocket League champions. Congratulations to Prosper Varsity. Oh, and on top of the belt, they also get some nice medals as well. I mean, look at that. And it's no better feeling than having someone just put that medal on you, your achievement, and of course, Coach gets one too.
You know what? And you were just talking about, being drippy. Of course, I got my co-caster here looking drippy, has the shades on, and had it before. But look at that. You're all decked out in all gold, everything, like Trinidad James. You got the belt, but then you also get the medals too. And of course, you got the gold on the side. My guys are looking positively golden and are walking away feeling golden because they got that golden medal and that golden belt as well.
Oh, absolutely. And then you also got to keep in mind, they've been here since yesterday, all right? They've been going through the ringer time and time again, having to perform consistently all day yesterday, and of course going through that best of 7 today. A well-deserved victory going to Prosper. And you know what, we get to see a little bit of their journey coming through in today's grand finals.
And the first highlight was the sauce out the stadium with a stun of shades on, but of course you got to give it up to the other squad as well with a little bit of swagger on their own. We would start this game off going back and forth, and of course we're gonna see the first highlight by none other than the winning team, Snapalicious, doing an excellent job as well.
And you know what, again, I'm not going to try and show favoritism either way, but 3 names that stand out to me right now. Bioseason coming from Geyer.
Yeah.
Snapalicious from Prosper.
Snapalicious.
And then also Mercy. But then Iceborg from Prosper was also like the finisher, the dagger in the coffin to really confirm their win for Prosper Varsity.
Sometimes you need somebody who's making the plays that no one does, and that's Mercy. Sometimes you need somebody to be the conduit and to do those other plays. That's what Snapalicious does. And sometimes you need a closer, a finisher. That's what we saw from Iceborg, getting it done. Snapalicious making plays in the meantime. Then, of course, Iceborg getting it done. Of course, we got to highlight the crowd, too, because, of course, they were litty as well.
Oh, what? They were popping off that entire match. Anytime a play was being made, you can hear the first reaction from the crowd. And once again, there goes Bioseason, popping off an OT, which is where Geyer had both of their victories, was in extra minutes, but also Mercy's flip reset. Oh my, what a play.
Goodness. We didn't get as much flair and as grace as you normally see in these things, but of course, Mercy giving us a little morsel of that. Of course, the crowd loves that, but what we really love to see is Snapalicious getting it done time and time and time again. As I said, they were doing so well in setting up shots and putting in those shots, and that's a good setup that we just saw in that last highlight.
Oh, absolutely. I even said it during the series. It's the pass plays that win the games. And as soon as you can get those fast-paced, quick, short pass plays, you're going to find goals. And that's exactly what we got to see from Prosper Varsity. And you can see how excited they were when they were able to get the dub. They popped up on the desk. They got to raise up the belt. And they are your state champions in Rocket League. And you'll love to see how it started to how it ended.
I love just hoisting up the belt to over the head. Victory! Especially with a name like Prosper as well. It just feels like it was meant to be. They prospered, especially in that Game 5, and were able to seal the deal, and that's why they're walking away as state champions. But speaking of walk away, we need to walk away for a second while we set up our next set of action. I know you're excited. Are you ready for some Valorant, my friend?
Oh, absolutely. So far, we have given 2 championship belts away, but we still got some more to hand out, as after this quick break, we're going to be right back with some Valorant action, so do not go anywhere. We will be back right here on the TechSF Undisputed 2023 State Championships. ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls from around the world. Let's give it up one more time for your TechSef Rocket League state champions, Prosper Varsity. Oh, absolutely, yes, indeed. Prosper Varsity, you know, y'all came such a long way. Keep in mind, y'all were playing like all day yesterday. I have to ask, at what point does that fatigue, that mental awareness start to really take a toll, and how were you able to really counteract it?
So, I would say, in general, the fatigue doesn't really hit in until we finish. The minute we finished the semifinals yesterday, that's when everyone was tired. Like, it's just the adrenaline keeps you going throughout, and then when you know you're done for the day, you're exhausted.
That's definitely what it seemed like. But now I would like to ask you a question as well. Okay, this was blowing my mind during the actual game because 2 times y'all went into overtime, and unfortunately 2 times you fell short. But y'all were able to overcome it and still get the dub. How does it feel being able to turn that around, especially during regulation?
You know, it feels great. We had to get the first goal in each game, and we had to keep piling on top of that to get the W.
And again, y'all played so phenomenally. And Coach, come on, let's bring Coach up here. Coach, I'll be honest, when I was watching the game, Coach from start to finish, stone face, 100% concentration. I gotta ask you, when your team's popping off and they're having a good time, do you have to reel them back in and let them know the job's not finished? We got more games to play.
No, not at all. These guys, they know what they're doing, and every single round it's 0-0. They're playing for that round, so they're on it.
All right, well, I got another question for you, Coach. When you saw your team walking on that stage today, was there any doubt in your mind they were walking away state champs?
Not at all. Not at all. They are state champs.
All right, now, I'm going to give the mic to all 3 of you for the moment. One last chance. In front of everybody, in front of all the folks at home, do you have anybody that you would like to give a shout out to? Any statements you would like to make right now? The floor is yours.
Shout out my girlfriend, our club manager who has supported through all us. Anyone that's watching on the stream, thank you for watching. This has been fantastic. Thank you for TechSef for holding this event, and thank you to my dad for being the best supportive esports parent I could ever have.
Shout out to my 2 best friends in Kentucky, Mikey and Ethan.
Any shout outs you'd like to make?
Honestly, just to Prosper ISD for all of the support that they've been giving us, the equipment, the time to come do these kinds of things. We couldn't do it without our schools.
Well, there you have it. Let's hear it one more time for your TechSef Rocket League state champions, Prosper Varsity. Alrighty, hello and welcome back once again to the TechSef Undisputed 2023 State Championships. Once again, I am Captain at Soka, joined on the desk by a very special guest. I got with me Ty from Texas High.
Yeah, I'm great. Whoa, I'm not great.
You're not great. No, you're awesome. Come on, tell us, how do you feel being on the desk and getting ready to cast some Valorant?
I'm excited, actually. I didn't think I was ready, but now that I'm up here, feel fine.
Oh yeah, it's all about the perception. You know, when you're off the stage and you're looking and you see the lights and you see the stage, it's one thing. But when you're actually on the stage, you're just chopping shop about Valorant.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask you right now, with the way that the current meta is in Valorant, who is your main?
Mine?
Yeah, who do you like to main? Which agent?
I'm bad at the game, so I usually use like Sage. I'm a healer that doesn't heal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, we are getting ready to get into this matchup. Hopefully when they use Sage, they got some Sages that can heal, because I'm the same way. I'm a Sage, but I'm also really bad. So, I vibe with that. But without further ado, let's get ready to get our matchup underway. We have two wonderful teams getting ready to go head-to-head, and up first, going to be on the red side, it is going to be SGP Varsity!
Coming out looking stylish.
Oh yeah, all smiles, all grins, all around. Alrighty, and of course their challengers on the other side for the blue side is going to be Hebron Varsity!
I can hear the cheers from here.
Oh yeah, the crowd is really, really hyped. You can hear, they got a nice little cheering section over there, and I'm digging that sailor's cap. You saw that? Look at that.
He's the captain.
I thought I was the captain. Oh, now I got...
Lost your title. He's the captain now.
I've been demoted. They are, in fact, the captain now.
Sad.
Oh, well, here we go. We're getting ready to get this one underway. And now, of course, we got to see our teams. We got to see our players. We got to see our coaches. I'm ready to see this composition as well as the map selection on which we're going to be playing. So I'm getting ready to look forward to that. I want to see what type of composition these players are going to be bringing. Of course, yesterday we got to see a lot of Split. And on Split, we saw a double Sentinel composition actually come the way. And it was really interesting because I hardly ever see a double Sentinel comp on Split.
Same. I just don't know most things about the game. But when I see something like that, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, so I gotta ask, when you're going into the matchup, well, maybe on Split or just in general, what do you think is the meta right now? Is it double Duelist, double Sentinel, double Initiator, which honestly I think is the current meta and which I like to see, or even double Controller? I've seen some double Controller compositions.
Can't say the same, to be honest. Probably the Initiator. I always hear about people doubling them, like my team at high school. Yeah, they always talk about run double Initiator, run double Duelist, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, double Duelist was like the original meta, but now with the way that the seasons have been advancing in Valorant competitive, we're seeing more and more different compositions coming through. And with that being said, I gotta ask, how are you feeling now with the latest season of Valorant, the fact that they took out Icebox, Split, and Binder now back in rotation?
I don't play the game too often, but my team does like Icebox.
It's my favorite map.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Well, we are getting ready to get this matchup underway. You can see our players are getting ready to head into the lobby. And the one thing, and again, not trying to show bias by any means, but one thing that I really love about SGP, again, with their logo, is that they have the Smash Brothers logo in their lettering. Instead of O's, it's the Smash Brothers logo. Now, hopefully their Smash team is popping off, but let's see if their Valorant team can put up their best performance. I mean, I don't know how it's going to compare to Smash, but I mean, they should be able to put up quite the show here as we get ready to get this matchup underway.
Coming this far, but I know Hebron's a really good team, so they have a big challenge, a big obstacle in front of them.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm really looking to see is how these two teams stack up as far as composition goes, and especially what type of rotations they're going to be bringing, considering that, we're still waiting to see what map we're going to be headed to. So it's just going to be interesting to see how they try and start things out. Are they going to concentrate early on with maybe trying to find an early entry frag, or if they're just going to try and smoke off any entry points, and exactly what site they're going to be bringing the spike to? There's just so many questions that I have, because I haven't had the pleasure of seeing Hebron play yet. I've seen SGP play, but I have yet to see Hebron.
Oh, yeah, we've played against them multiple times, and they're a fantastic team. Like, they've done us dirty a couple of times, I won't lie. We've had competitive games with them too, but they're just that good, to be honest.
They're that team, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I am honestly excited to see them compete, being that I didn't get a chance to see them yesterday, so I can only imagine what they can bring to the table today. As again, we're just waiting to get this matchup underway, and keep in mind, this is for the championship belt. This is for the state championships, so there is a lot on the line. So I'm expecting to see a lot of intense gameplay. I want to see the best head clicks. I want to see the best flicks, and I have got to see some good initiator play coming as well, because those initiator plays is really what stacks up to the team plays that can be made and can get some early entry frags.
Everyone wants to hoist the title, especially me, but, I'm not too good at the game, so I don't have a chance, sadly.
No, it's all good. I actually took one of the championship belts and took a selfie with it before it went on stage. So, I don't get to take it home, but, at least I got something for the Twitter pics.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
And honestly, it's really cool to to give those away, because I know how awesome it feels to hold that up in front of the crowd while everybody's cheering you on. It's definitely like a surreal feeling. And that championship belt is just so clean looking.
Yeah, reminds me of like the old WWE belts. I used to watch that a lot as a child. Still a child. My fault.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I used to watch WWE when I had hair. I used to watch some pro wrestling back in the gap, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, that was a while ago. Back in the good old days of youth. It was such a fun time and always exciting. Speaking of, Valorant, also very exciting. And again, the anticipation at this point is just building, because we've already given away 2 of these championship belts, and now we have to give away a 3rd. And I already know that from what you have told me, Hebron is going to be the team to beat, but I've actually got to see SGP play yesterday, and I know that this is not going to be an easy feat for either team.
I haven't watched SGP play, so I'm not going to doubt them at all. But I know Hebron is just a good team, so. And they support our team, so I gotta show a little bit of love.
All right, now I seem to have at least a little bit of information. It looks as though we are going to be heading to Bind, possibly, for our first matchup. And that is going to be interesting, because Bind, again, is just another one of those matches, believe it or not, in competitive Valorant, gets banned more often than not. It actually comes up as one of the ban selection for a lot of teams, so it's going to be interesting to see these 2 teams compete on Bind, especially when they have just done a couple of reworks on this map as well. So it's going to be it's going to be an even playing field, but at the same time, there's going to be a little bit of madness going on here.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my goodness. Is that frog goggles? What is that?
I think he's about to take a nap. He's sleeping on the other team.
Oh, he's napping on the other team? Oh, my word. Oh, that is the Pepe frog, is what that is.
Hey, he's confident. You gotta like the confidence.
Oh, what, I'm digging it. I saw them wearing it when they walked out, but I just had no idea what it was, and now they're just rocking it. Okay, so clearly this is a very confident team.
Yeah.
Well, we know what they can bring, of course, to the drip, but what can they bring to the pitch? That's the question. What are they going to bring in this matchup, especially considering that we are going to be playing on Bind? It is a little bit more of a tougher map to navigate, because they have teleporters stationed throughout. There's at least 2 teleporters, two teleporters that go back and forth, and you have one there towards the mid, and then you have one towards the outside. So that makes for, in my opinion, a lot easier of transitions and rotations being made for the offense. And now, with Bind coming through in this competition, it's hard for me to say statistically where the win percentage lies. I don't know if it's going to be a offensive decided map or if it's defensive sided. It's really hard to tell. What do you think, given that there are teleporters on this map?
I just think whoever's the more aggressive, whoever the aggressors are, whoever plays way less passive, they're definitely going to have a fun, or at least a good time doing this map.
And you know, it's funny because me as like a Sentinel main and also somewhat controller, I've been playing a lot more controller lately, is that, you know, the Sentinels, they play defensive, they play passive, and you know, it's really difficult to really bring that aggression when you're playing such a stationary role. But it's funny because you're talking about how you play a Sage, and now all of a sudden there has been a resurgence of Sage becoming what we call in the Valorant community Battle Sage, a Sage that can play the offense, that can get those entry and exit frags and really pop off. I gotta ask you, are you a Battle Sage?
Yeah, people just want to follow my lead. I understand. I set an example. People just be like me for real. That's all it is.
You see, every now and again I can get a Battle Sage moment, but for the most part, I just put up ice walls. Be like, okay, you go ahead playing on the A side, I'll give you an ice wall. That's what I do. I'm an ice wall Sage.
I just do whatever I can. Might go 2-14, to be honest.
And you know what? It's kind of unfortunate because on Bind, I don't expect to see any Sage picks here. Bind, in my opinion, and again, if I'm capping, say captain's capping, but I do not feel like Bind is a map for Sage.
No, you're right. It's not. It's not.
And when it comes to Bind, especially for Sentinel picks, or just picks in general, I'm seeing a lot more Cypher picks lately, especially with the recent buffs that Cypher has made. We have seen a resurgence of the pick percentage for Cypher, and they have really been coming through on Bind. Now, me, I would say we're going to go KJ all day. I love Killjoy. Killjoy is a great Sentinel, but now we finally get to see the first look of what these players are picking as we get ready to head into this next matchup.
SGP immediately starts the characters. Like, they knew exactly what they wanted before they even started.
Oh yeah, you got to lock it in, and it looks as though that they are going to be bringing that double initiator composition, and when you're looking towards the other side, it looks as though that they are going to be bringing in a double duelist composition, which honestly, it's good. I like it, but at least they're bringing in Jet and Raze. To me, again, the two best duelists in Valorant.
Yeah, they're very aggressive whenever someone plays as them. Every time. Just immediately I'm hit with something crazy.
And not to mention, they just have so much mobility. Jet, of course, being able to get the updraft, to get up and over a lot of these obstacles that you can already see on that A site. And then not to mention, also, you got Raze, who can use the pass to really boost around corners. They can propel themselves above obstacles as well. So again, a lot of mobility coming from the side of SGP, as it will be SGP to start things off on the offensive side of the spike.
Hopefully, as the attackers, you can get in, get at least 2 picks, and you're really set at that point.
Well, let's see if they can find themselves an entry frag starting off. They're heading towards showers, and they're going full throttle here. The trade's already being made. Blink's able to get at least 1 assist on the play, but it was mostly going to be that Jet to pick up the double frag there, and now the jig is up. They know that this spike is heading towards A.
This is what I was talking about with the 2 picks. Yeah. Oh, 3. My fault.
And again, it's that Jet coming from SGP, being able to find those head clicks with the ghost, and now it will be Killua able to get the spike planted early here, and now they have the advantage in a 4v2 retake. Trying to find the read and Lance here as the blinds go out and the eliminations go down, and that is going to be a quick 1-round win going in the favor of SGP.
Let's do it
You
again.
build off of that round. You got to build off the first round, see how the opposing team plays, and just like immediately know what they're going to do. So you got to get a feeling out process of what the other round might look like.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that was a pretty good round to kind of feel things out there. And not only that, but you kind of get a glimpse into the positioning of the defense, where they like to line up, where they like to be, where they look at the sight lines at. But now, SGP, they're going to have a little bit better of a buying power advantage over Hebron as they were able to take the pistol round. And now, look at this, Gay Boy Breezy able to find not 1, but 2 eliminations there in the mid lane.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, that was a quick one. Flawless.
Yep, easy come, easy go. That was a very quick round going the way of SGP, but now it's going to be the opportunity coming from the side of Hebron Varsity in order to strike back, as they will have their first full buy of the round. And now that we see Hebron coming through with full shields and full vandals, do you think they're going to be able to take this round over SGP? Do you think that was the big difference maker? They just didn't have the weaponry just yet.
I'd hope so if I was Hebron.
What a life. Here we go, starting things off. They're going to be sending out the doggo, not being able to find anyone, so they're not really positioned over towards lamps. I think they did find one, but Hebron definitely playing a little bit more passive this time around. They're sending 2 in showers this time.
Spike planted.
Yep, good first elimination there coming from Blinks. We remember Blinks from yesterday as well. And now take a look at this. It's going to be BZ yet again trying to find these head clicks, but instead will be gunned down. But the spike is continuing to tick away for SGP.
Yeah, it also helps they have a 4-3 numbers lead. Make that 2-3.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Well, how you like this? A good old-fashioned 1v1 time continuing to tick away here. Exif is going to have to try and maybe bait out this defuse, but it's going to be a shot through the wave, through the waters, and through the wall, as they will get a bonus round going into their favor, as SGP will go up 3-0 over Hebron.
All he had to do was graze him with the bullet. He had 8 health. How much he could have done.
You see, that was a win, but that's like what we like to call that an expensive win, because granted, SGP was able to get the dub in the bonus round, but they literally lost 4 of their players, so now that's 4 rebuys they have to go into round number 4, but it seems to be no problem. They have plenty of credits to spread around.
Everyone has a Vandal on this on SGP, and everyone on Hebron has a Sheriff. Yep, Sheriff. Oh, it's the opposite way. Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, when every player buys the Vandal at the same time, I like to call that a Vandal scandal. And sometimes, very rarely, you'll see a Phantom, you'll see an entire team come out with all Phantoms, and I call that a Phantom tantrum.
That's disgusting.
My ult's ready.
These nicknames are horrible.
Oh, what? No, they're terrible, but you know what? They're mine.
Player standing.
Meanwhile, you do see the trades being made. They were able to at least get 1 elimination for Hebron, but right now in this 4v1, you literally have 4 Vandals up against 1 Sheriff, as Killua is going to go ahead and take this free spike plan over on A.
4-0 in SGP's favor. That's exhilarating if you're SGP.
Oh yeah, they're feeling it, but we're still very early on here. We haven't even made it to 6 rounds yet, so still plenty of opportunity for Hebron to try and answer back here on Bind, and now they will be able to go up with a full buy, and oh my word, there's an operator going down on the side of Hebron.
Don't get in his path.
Oh, absolutely not, and if I'm not mistaken, that's on the Jet as well. The operator cannot be in more dangerous hands right now.
His line of sight is just wrapped. Oh.
Yep. There it is, and that is exactly why the Jet can get out their shots and mad dash away, avoiding the danger. As now we can see Yeon Jun going to be right outside a teleporter. They know that they are there, waiting for the initiation, but they're going to shift and walk away. Count your blessings and walk away while you can. I think that was a good call.
Yeah. That's not the Jet you wanted to meet.
Uh-oh, Yeon now making their way back. They're headed towards showers, and this is a really slow push here. Now we're starting to see a little bit more of that conservative play. We're starting to see a little bit more passiveness coming from SGP because they are afraid of that op.
I would be too.
I've got your child.
I am. I'm not even playing.
Right, that's how you know you're watching a good match, when you feel nervous for the team and you don't even have hands on the sticks. Meanwhile, you can see the Seekers do go out, they go through the wall, and now a little bit of intel is given away as the spike does get planted again on the A site.
But Hebron has a numbers advantage, so just play.
One enemy remaining.
All right.
Nice trades being made. You do have the last player, Killua, over here in the mid, and they will be gunned down, giving Hebron Varsity their first round win in the series.
Build some momentum off of that, hopefully.
You failed. Now flee.
How to use that. Got to build off of that.
You know what we always say in Valorant, it's not just about winning one round, but it's about, if you really want to make a comeback, you have got to win 2 in a row. It's one thing to get your 1 point on the board, that is great. You always want to get your points on the board, but you have got to deal damage to SGP's economy. Because right now, even though you won, they still have plenty enough credits to buy again going into the next round. So if you want to start damaging their economy, forcing them onto a save round, then you have got to win 2 games in a row.
It also depletes the confidence if you win 2 in a row.
Oh,
Makes them a
absolutely.
bit shaken.
Take a look at this. You got Mania setting up again with the op. Gets the head click and is able to dash away. That's an early frag there going for Hebron.
Blocking fire.
God, he's filthy with that.
And it took a whole showstopper to get them off, too, just to make sure that they didn't continue to pop off with the op and to put them down. And now you can see Ritzy able to get one into showers, and out goes the Hunter's Fury. They do connect with one. There will be no plant here on the A site.
Carrying Spike.
Last player standing.
Ooh, now they have Spike. It's just a 1-on-4. Sage alone. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, and a nice Viper orb there, too, to kind of block that mid lane. So they're not going to be able to get any picks here. Now they're just going to be looking, watching, and waiting towards this flank. And this is going to be really tough, considering that they don't even have spike control, so they can't even get that extra economy from a spike plant.
Guy keep
30 seconds left.
And so far for Brian Hawk, at least they were able to get at least 1 exit frag, so that's going to be 1 forced rebuy for Hebron, and that's also going to be some extra change. But at the end of the day, Hebron will be coming away with their 2nd round win
Look
here
at
on
me.
Bind.
I know that I am by your side.
They're excited with that 1-round win. They did two in a row. How could you not be excited?
Yeah, not only that, but now they're forcing SGP onto a save round, so they are nearly, not entirely, nearly guaranteeing themselves another win here going into round 7. But we have seen Thrifty's happen before, but look at this. SGP actually has enough economy to buy again.
Get out of my
I would
way.
like to see if you're Ebron.
Satchel out.
Yep, out goes the boom bot, trying to find anybody there in Lance, but no, there's no one there, and the Sage Ball gets taken out instantly by Ritzy. As you can see, the Blade Storm is activated from Eon, not forcing the issue, just waiting for one poor unfortunate soul to peek in Lance. As you can see, 1 op shot does land, dealing damage to Blinks, and they will be eliminated.
One enemy remaining.
Blocking sight.
That's 3 in a row.
Ritzy absolutely popping off there, coming away with a huge 3-piece, being able to shoot down the Blade Storm coming from Eon and securing yet the 3rd round win for Hebron. And it seems like Hebron is on a full comeback streak right now.
My ult's ready.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
Don't even
4 in a row,
start
then
that
3 in a row.
shit, mate.
If they get 1 more, it's just payback.
Absolutely. And then you can see SGP. I don't know if they're going to force up here, but yes, somehow, some way, SGP still has enough credits after going down 3 rounds in a row. I don't know how they still have enough economy to buy here, but you do see at least 2 half shields on the field as well. So it's not exactly a full buy, but it's also not bad. SGP can still make this happen.
I'm just saying, hope they do.
Well, here we go, getting ready to head into round number 8 now. Hebron looking to equalize, and there's that deadly op, and this player cannot be stopped. Mania going out of their mind here on Bind.
Poor unfortunate souls just coming to the line of path. Lineups.
Owl Drone goes out for Ritzy, trying to find one, and they know that they're beyond showers at this point, right by teleporter. Blinks setting up in the corner, trying to find a little cheeky peek here. Nothing wrong with that. As you can see, the Spike, they are playing, again, a little bit cautious, and I think they're going to try and go for a fake rotate here. They're just going to play silent, wait it out on the A site, and make Hebron think that they're going to be trying to rotate here, but again, it's going to be a tough call.
Ebron's expecting that too.
Time to hunt.
Yep, and out goes the doggo. It does connect, and now the wall follows up. And a beautiful shot coming by Blinks is going to get the first frag for SGP, but now you got to watch out for that op.
30 seconds left.
Get the plan.
Yeah, the plant does go down on the A site, so that at least is a guaranteed little boost of economy there just for planting the spike.
One enemy remaining.
4 in a row for SGP, 4 in a row for Ebron.
Absolutely, and the crowd has been hyped up so much. Again, they have so much good signage. Look, we got a Jigglypuff in the crowd. We got a Jigglypuff and a Pepe Frog. You gotta love the type. You gotta love what these viewers, these players, and everybody else, what they bring to an event like this.
The energy in here is crazy. Especially when your team wins. It's just
I think I'm round enough to be a Jigglypuff. I could pull off Jigglypuff, I think.
Snorlax maybe.
Snorlax, I agree with that because I am also a very sleepy boy as well. I could definitely do Snorlax.
The SGP had to do a bit of a...
Now they're on the save round. There you go. It was only a matter of time, and now we have ourselves a tie game, 4-4 here on Bayern. Hebron now officially on the comeback as SGP looking to make a thrifty round happen, possibly. And already you can see the owl drone going out. Nobody over towards Shower, so for the first time, maybe SGP might be heading to the B site. I was actually wondering when finally SGP was going to head to B, because so far for all of these rounds, it has been a constant A push, and now the wall goes up. Mania finds one with the op. There goes the other. And now it is not looking good for SGP. They can't even make it out of the hookah lounge.
Both players for SGP are low. Oh.
That is a big round there for Hebron, as now they're going to be going up 1 in the series for the first time on Bind. Hebron now have the lead.
Nope. Forcing a timeout.
And they need to, honestly. You take as many timeouts as they are allowed to give you. SGP knows that the comeback is in full swing, and they have got to try and figure out a way to answer back against Hebron before things get out of hand. And look at the support. And look at this, again, sleeping on SGP with the Pepe Frog goggles on. You love to see it.
Just very little respect.
You know what? I'm also loving the signage from the crowd, too. They have the players' faces on boards and just throwing them up. I wish somebody put my face on a sign and just held it up in the crowd for me. That would be awesome. So I love to see it happen for these players, too. You got to love the support that, you know, the people in the crowd are really bringing for their favorite teams and their favorite players.
It's an even bigger confidence boost than just winning.
Oh, yeah, you look out in the crowd and all you see is your face. That has got to be a big confidence boost. And now the timeout is about expired, so we should be getting ready to head into round 10. And Hebron Varsity currently on a tear, but SGP can be able to bounce back here with a full buy.
Timeout. They got to discuss some type of plan.
I got yous, okay?
Build some type of scheme to stop this. Wow.
Well, here we go. We're rolling on the way, and you can see the spike. This time going to be heading over towards that B site. SGP trying to make the attempt here as the doggo does go out, looking for someone over there by TP. They do find one, and now they know. Here comes the setup. The sight lane is down, but the blind was able to get their side for Hebron to avoid the danger. SGP nearly being able to get an entry frag there.
I've got your trail.
Uh-oh, here comes the Seekers going to be thrown out there. And this is actually a nice little bait and switch. They're throwing the Seekers out on the B site, and they're just going to bull rush their way over on towards A. And it's a pretty good call, but meanwhile, you have Mania there with the op, and does get the shot. That is going to be 2 down now for SGP. The spike Does look like it will be planted, but now they have to operate from a 3v4 disadvantage. But the res comes in, and now all of a sudden it's a 4v4.
Nice.
Last player standing.
Two of their players are so low.
Look at this, Ritzy has an opportunity here to pull off a huge comeback. They're gonna have to fake the defuse. Out goes the blind. They get the final elimination, but is there time left on the spike? It's ticking away. The defuse coming in, and no, there's not enough time. SGP are able to answer back and equalize against Hebron.
They just stopped the momentum a little bit at least. They stopped the bleeding.
At least for the time being, but speaking of time being, we got ourselves another timeout. Now it's gonna be Hebron that has to take a minute and say what happened. We were able to get the frags, we were able to get the elimination. Ritzy definitely showing a little bit of Riz on the Vandal, but unfortunately, you see the crowd like that one, huh? But no, Hebron, unfortunately, they did not have enough time to get the defuse, so now they gotta talk it out and they gotta figure out a way that they can get these retakes with the allotted time. Such a beautiful crowd, isn't it?
Some of them.
Some of them, oh no, all of them, especially the Jigglypuff. What we got here? Jet Diff.
Nah, facts.
Oh no, hey, they're calling it in the crowd right now. Jet different, and I'll be honest right now, that Jet coming from the side, and we're talking about Mania looking oh so dangerous on that op time and time again, and as a matter of fact, SGP, extremely impressive being able to turn that 3v4 around, especially with Mania on that op. If they can just take down Mania and get the op out of their possession, I think they can run away with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous. Just waiting for somebody to come in his line of sight. He's just on that immediately.
Well, here we go. Round number 11 will be starting now. Let's see how the approach will go. And it's going to be an all-out blitz push going on to the A site coming from SGP. Out goes the doggo. They don't see anyone. And now take a look at this. It's going to be the Harbor ult starting off early to force the issue here on the A site.
One down. Knocking vision.
Things are looking a little scrappy now. 3v2 in the favor of SGP. Spike is yet to be planted, but the rotation coming in from Hebron is going to find their way onto site, and that op is still in the hands of Mania, who is looking to find a quick frag here in order to get their team onto site. But the only problem is that now they are playing post-plan. So it's going to be a lot harder to get these shots with the op. That's why they had to drop, pick up a Vandal, and now they have to try and get this retake. Down goes one. Mania is eventually gunned down, and now SGP will take back the lead.
Last round in the half.
Wow. Oh, Mania wasn't allowed. Mania wasn't able to buy the op again. That's depressing.
And you can see the smiles from SGP because they know they had a job to do. They got the job done. Shoot down the op, get Mania away from the op. You just got to separate them. You can't have them two together. It's too much. And now they were able to get the job done, and now we're going into round 12. All fair, all square, rifles and shields all about. Ooh, and a Viper's Pit already going to deter the A site. All but forcing a B push here, but no, it looks like SGP, they are in fact going to back off and maybe try and do some trickery here.
Right here.
And I'll be honest, when I see a Viper's Pit going down on the A side, I'm all but guaranteed that I'm going to rotate back out and try and find my way over back towards that B site, because there's really no point in trying to take on that extra damage, but they are going to force their way through showers, avoiding the Viper's Pit, but that's exactly what Hebron wanted. They're trying to funnel all these players into one entry point so that way they can gun them down.
Mania's just waiting for someone to come out of the shower.
You gotta love the calm
I've
before the
got your
storm.
trail.
So quiet, and out goes the Seekers. And look at Mania up top, is able to get one elimination, now gets two, and is able to smoke off the spike, and only one player remains for the side of SGP. And they miss the showstopper, and that is going to be a flawless victory going the way of Hebron Varsity.
Swap sides. See how LeBron does as the attackers.
Yep, Hebron now has an opportunity to play a little bit of offense here, as it is going to be an even 6-6 split at the half. How rare do we see that?
I don't even see it that often, to be honest. I'm watching a couple games, and you can't say I see it more than once every 2 weeks.
There we go. We got the Hebron cheering section over there, trying to put on for their team as we are going into the second half of Bind at a dead even tie, 6-6. And now SGP Varsity gets to take a shot at playing a little defense. Okay, we're going to be throwing out the ice wall early right there in Showers. No avenue for you here. That is interesting. First of all, I didn't expect to see a Sage here on Bind. Nonetheless, I didn't expect to see an early wall right here into Showers. And now also, you do have the tidal wave coming from Harbor trying to block the entry here. And it's just going to be another slow push, at least starting things out here in round 13.
Put the wall down anywhere. I want to put it right there.
Yeah, but now it's gone. You don't have it anymore. You can't call it back in. Now it looks like it's going to be at least one lurker there towards mid. It's going to be the Viper as Mania going to be waiting here in the Showers, waits for the wall to go down, which is one of the things that I love about Harbor that is unlike any other wall character. Once their wall is used, it's on a timer. It can come back. Unlike any other player, when they put up their wall, it's only a one and done.
Last player standing.
That's it. I think that's it.
Well, there you go. We're going to start off the second half here with a Hebron win off the pistol round.
Get a little bit of money. How what you want now?
Oh yeah, those Pepe Frog goggles aren't on right now. Not when the game's on. You got to take it 100% serious. You know, you got to get into the game. You can't be Pepe Frog in Valorant unless you're like, I don't know, maybe you could pull it off. I would like to see it.
You should try it.
Well, let's get ready to head into round number 14. Hebron officially with the one-round lead as we get ready to get this next round underway. But I'm curious. It looks as though we may have a tech pause. That's what it seems to be right now as we're trying to get our players situated. So keep in mind, this isn't a timeout being spent by either team. This is a tech pause, so this is somewhat of a freebie. Oh, the Pepe Frog. Yes, there we go. The Pepe Frog. Oh, sleeping. Oh, no, the Jigglypuff is asleep. Sleeping on SGP. How about that?
Wouldn't be the first time we've seen it.
Well, here we go. We're trying to get everything situated, make sure our players are good to go, and we should be getting underway very shortly. Well, I got to tell you, so far so good here on Bind, and it is very interesting because I don't really get to see a lot of Bind. And again, more often than not in competitive play, it ends up being banned, but it definitely makes for an interesting grand finals here between Hebron Varsity and SGP.
It's been exciting so far. Just a really close game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we went into the second half tied at 6-6, now only a one-round difference between the two. And it's so interesting only because I don't even know where the Spike allegiance lies here. Is it on the offensive side or the defensive side? I know the win percentages of some maps, like fun fact for Haven, the win percentage actually goes the way of the offense. Even though it's a 3-sided bomb plant site, it's still win percentage more often than not. The win does go the way of the defense. So when we're talking about win percentages on Bind, I don't know where the numbers lie. I don't know the stats here. So it could go either way, but right now, it's looking like it could possibly be one of those neutral maps like Ascent. Ascent is the 50-50 map, so maybe Bind could be that as well.
All of SGP just had
Hawk out.
saving this round.
Well, we are back from our tech pause, as you can see, around 14 underway. Hebron going to be taking this one over towards the A site here. Throwing out the doggos, able to smoke off Mania, making their way back over towards U-Bin. And finally, you can see it will be easy to get that first elimination with the Classic. And now 2! And SGP going to make this an expensive round here for Hebron.
Spike planted.
1v3.
1v3, a Classic and a Dream. Oh my goodness, that was a good attempt, but also it was a great round coming from Hebron. But SGP did manage to get at least 2 frags, but nothing but pistols, forcing 2 rebuys coming from Hebron. And now we're heading into the bonus round of the second half.
Now they can buy what they want. That's all they needed. That was the problem.
Yeah, we're going to have a full buy now coming from SGP. A nice little Vandal scandal coming from them. Meanwhile, you do see Hebron Varsity. They're going to have to try and force the issue here. And it looks as though they are going to try and save a little bit. So it's somewhat of, I don't even want to call it a half buy. I would say it's just somewhat of a forced buy here.
Spike down B.
All right, decent trades being made. 2 frags for 2. And it is a 3v3. You can see Cove is down on the A site, giving Mania the proper cover that they need in order to get the spike down. And now it's going to be all about the retake, the post plant coming from SGP. Line goes out, doesn't really connect with anybody. You do have at least one in hookah. You have Yeon here trying to push from the entryway, and all 3 players are sitting over there towards Flowers. Great smoke, and now you got BZ gonna be throwing out the nades, should be able to do a little damage, and that ice wall giving the cover in order for Yeon to try and get the defuse, but no, the guns do the work, and the ice wall will go down, and Spike now continuing to tick away, and it will be Hebron Varsity to take the win and give their team a 3-round lead.
Race into the spike sites.
Force another timeout.
Oh yeah, they should. I mean, I would take a timeout too. I mean, since this half, it has literally just been a winning streak coming from Hebron Varsity. The whole second half has been just Hebron nonstop. They're now on, I want to say, 4 unanswered round wins against SGP.
Yeah, if you're SGP, you just sit there and hope that, like, if you take out one, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
The rest of them will fall. Take out Mania.
Yeah, and you know what? Mania doesn't even have the op, but at the same time, I think it is really difficult to even work offense with the op. So, I mean, I don't even think Mania needs it on the offensive side of the spike, especially with the way they've been playing. You know, they've been able to get a lot of these head clicks, a lot of these one-shot opportunities, but at the same time, you got so many players from Hebron that are just doing so well on those entry and exit frags, being able to get onto site, plant the spike, and then immediately get out of dodge and avoid the danger.
That's what you gotta do. They love the coach.
Oh yeah, he's definitely flexing right now. That's a good old muscles glasses vibe coming from the side of Hebron. As now we are getting ready to get round number 16 underway. Hebron Varsity with a 6-round lead over SGP, and SGP looking to strike back and put an end to this momentum that Hebron has been building since the second half. Over here towards Hookah. Killua able to get one. A quick pick with the Spectre, forcing Pride to back off. Trying to avoid the danger as the Seekers go out as well. Mania in company by Flowers, and they're going to teleport away. Got to give it to SGP. They're making a pretty solid attempt, given that it was somewhat of a forced buy round, and now BZ able to lay down the damage with the Vandal, getting yet another pick. It is a 3v2 retake here, and this looks like a more favorable opportunity for SGP. as they have literally forced everyone from Hebron back onto Showers. Out goes the blind, and here comes the swing. Down goes one, looking to put the end to two. But oh my word, Fried able to pick up a two-piece in Showers as the spike continues to tick away. Baiting out. Yes, they're baiting out the time. Fantastic right now.
It's amazing.
Clutch.
Absolutely insane. Able to bait out as long as they could to get the spike to tick away. And of course, Fried coming in with that two-piece. Nobody saw that coming. Honestly, SGP thought they had the round. They went for the 2v1 swing, and with all intents and purposes, they definitely should have pulled it off. But Fried going absolutely sick on the sticks to get a double elim there.
The Jet on the SGP has the bop now.
Don't give them
Might try to
ground.
beat Mania 2.0.
Oh yeah, Yeon has the op right now, but that's exactly the question.
I've got
Are
your
they
trail.
going to be able to go as crazy as Mania? And they're already called out by the Owl Drone, so they're going to have to back off of that spot. Not going to be any entry frag there. It's now Mania making their way through lamps, trying to find a quick pick.
Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
What a nice little bait and switch play. They were able to throw a lot of those entry frags and some utility over there on towards the A side and then take the spike all the way back to B for an open plant, for a free plant. And now SGP have to come in with a massive retake.
Last player standing.
3-on-1.
Unfortunately, the retake did not go the way of SGP, but the post plant went the way of Hebron, and you can see they're putting on for their team in the crowd. As now Hebron Varsity go up 11 to 6 now over SGP.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars.
4-0 at some point.
Right there.
Seemed like so long ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I am with
Definitely
you.
hit stingers.
We are strong.
Yeah, once again, we see SGP kind of reaching in the bottom of the bargain bin to try and come out with at least somewhat of a buy here, so that way they can, you know, try and put up a good fight against Hebron Varsity. As we are now underway here in round 18. It's going to be a slow push now here over towards B. Somewhat of a split push. You got half the team going to Flowers. You got half the other team going towards Lamps. Or, I'm sorry, to Puka. Trying to find their way on the site. Good entry there from Mania. Able to find one. Brian Hawk gets gunned down in the process. And the spike should have no problem being planted here on the B site.
Wow.
Last player standing.
Yeah. Not much doing right now for Eon. It's a feels bad moment, but they are literally going up in a 1v5 scenario. They do have a Sheriff in hand, so one cheeky head click might be able to get them some exit frags, but I think that's really the best that you can hope for right now, unless a miracle happens. As you can see, they are able to land a couple of shots, but it won't be enough, as it will be Hebron Varsity to take that round and put their team on match point.
That might have been the dagger. But he just maybe made their confidence fall.
And now Hebron Varsity get to enjoy the comforts of a 6-round lead. But with that being said, SGP were able to save last round, so they should be able to come into this one with a full buy and have a good opportunity to strike back against Hebron Varsity. As now it is going to be a full push over towards that A side, and now the Cosmic Divide goes out as well.
Welcome to my world.
Oh my goodness. We have a Cosmic Divide, and now we got a Viper's Pit going down, and already Hebron Varsity managed to find one frag, but Blinks is able to answer back in kind.
No ready
Spike
yet.
down A.
Hunt.
Now we're seeing SGP really step things up against Hebron and Exit. They do have a read on the raise from SGP. And they're trying to be oh so sneaky, going to be shift walking around the side. They're going to be peeking, gets the read and gets the alarm. And now Hebron Varsity have a 2v1 as it looks as though the spike is going to be headed over towards B.
Raze doesn't know that the two people headed.
30 seconds left.
Planted.
Last player standing.
Here we go. It's going to be a 1v1 standoff. That was a great entry by BZ onto site in order to get that first pick. They try and throw out the audio cue, goes to the fake, they get the read, and they get the wall bang! And there you have it. SGP is not done yet.
Gotta go out with a bang. I'll let know.
Yeah, and they were able to end that round on a wall bang as well. Great read coming from BZ in order to find that shot and get the dub for their team. And now they have managed to shrink the gap a little bit, and they've put themselves in a little bit better of a scenario here as far as economy. But once again, they're going to have to reach into the bargain bin and make a lot happen with a little. Go. We're now heading into the 20s here.
Nowhere to
You
run!
can see it is round 20 underway. Out goes the Hunter's Fury a little early. Able to get at least one elimination, looking to get two. And that's going to be a free entry frag here for Hebron as they make their way onto A.
Spike down A.
Jet's grounded.
Last player standing.
Here we go. Hebron only
Spike
one
planted.
elimination away from taking the dub here on Bind. Out goes the Doggo and BZ on the other side of this 1v3 scenario, looking to make a miracle happen here. And now the snake bite goes out, deterring BZ from trying to enter in onto the A site. Oh, there you have it. The crowd saw it, we saw it, and Hebron knew it. That was going to be the last elimination going the way of Hebron Varsity as they do take the win on Bind. Wow. And I got to tell you, that was a wonderful matchup that we got to see. And it was interesting to see just because I have not got to see Bind in competitive play for so long. But yet when we get to see finally how the formations go and pretty much what the meta is for composition, we did get to see the double Sentinel come out, but at the end of the day, it was that double Initiator comp coming from the side of Hebron that really made a big difference.
Mania just went crazy. Like, there's no other words for it.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I know, you know what, I was capping. It wasn't a double Sentinel. You had the double Duelist comp going up against the double Initiator comp. I was mistaken. But as we all know, Captain do in fact be Captain. So it was still a fantastic match from start to finish and a great showing coming from Hebron. And they were just absolutely going nuts, being able to find every single head click, being able to find the lanes in order to get a lot of those eliminations. And like you said, Mania just playing out of their mind.
Bonkers. I don't know what other words to use.
Oh, you know, bonkers is a good one. I like nuttery buttery. You know, that's always a fun one. You know, that's one of my favorites. They absolutely go nuttery buttery or just nutty, insane, bonkers, as you said. You know, plenty of adjectives to describe the play coming from Mania, but the entire Hebron squad absolutely popped off, being able to come in clutch time and time again in order to secure their win on Bind, and their ability to react and adapt to every situation. Even in that 2v2 scenario there at the end, they were able to find at least one frag on their way to transition, and were able to bait and switch over from the A site onto B in order to come through and take the win.
It was 4 at the beginning. They didn't lose any confidence. They weren't shook at all.
Yeah, they didn't even lose any of their attitude either on the stage. Again, we had the Pepe Frog sleeping on stage. Even at a 4-0 disadvantage, they did not lose an inkling of confidence. But with that being said, we are getting ready to throw to a break, and we're going to head to a short intermission. But before we do, I got to ask you, Ty, is there anybody that you would like to shout out, any statements you would like to make to the live audience or to the folks at home? I got to give it to you. The floor is yours.
Shout out to Big Body Gabe. That's my guy.
Well, there you got it. You hear the crowd. They are able to respond. They know who Gabe is. Gabe is feeling the love. But with that being said, that is going to do it here, at least for our map on Bind. But when we come back, we're going to have some more esports action for you right here at the TechSef Undisputed Undisputed State Championships. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's far from the gridiron.
I'm hitting you.
Or the hardwood.
Smash, smash, smash.
But these competitors
Win is a win.
are as eager to win as any athlete.
Training, really just playing as much matches as possible, really get to know the team.
This Crowley ISD team is angling for a state championship in Rocket League, and practice makes perfect.
So it's really being able to read your teammate's mind.
This weekend's tournament brings together 4 different leagues with teams that don't usually challenge each other. The victors then are undisputed state champs.
We're a nonprofit, and so we were able to bring all of those organizations together under one roof to compete.
Danielle Johnson and her team of teachers organized this first-of-its-kind event, but they don't want to be in charge forever. They're among the educators pushing the UIL to regulate esports, just as it manages high school football or volleyball.
When UIL decides to get to this, we will have worked out a lot of the systems and processes for them, and we want to do this the way that Texas teachers want it to happen.
Momentum is building behind the idea, and Johnson hopes this championship demonstrates how a state-sponsored tournament would work. In fact, she wants the UIL to simply take control of this event. Until then,
And having just an official title is just really cool.
these gamers will take the belt. In Arlington, I'm Matt Houston.
What's cooking with the country?
Well, hello and welcome back once again to the TechSF Undisputed 2023 State Championships. Once again, I am Captain Atsoka, joined on the desk by Bordy McBoard.
And we are back, guys, with some more Valorant action. And I have to say, after starting 4 down 4. It was such a pleasure to see that team come back and scrap up. Not only to come back, but to do it with sauce too. It was so interesting to see. I hope that they keep up that momentum because my goodness, once the snipe game was discovered, it was nasty and it built up that momentum to get them exactly to where they wanted to do. And of course, when they were on the attacker side, it was just easy like Sunday morning.
Absolutely, and now we're getting ready to head into Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. An opportunity now for SGP to make a comeback and an opportunity for the likes of Hebron Varsity to end it here and now and stake their claim as state champions.
Yeah, and I'm very interested to see how Mania does. You know, the crowd was joking around and had that little sign that said Jet Diff, but honestly, Mania was on a roll in Mania and Madness. So I'm interested to see if that continues. Of course, we're gonna have to wait a while until they get the economy in order to make that happen, but started strong with the Crystal round the last time, the last phase, but not so much on the defensive side. So we'll see if that changes with the new map.
Yeah, and now we're heading on to Haven, which I'm not going to say is like a polar opposite of Bind, but, you know, going from Bind to Haven is such a change. And Haven is like literally the Valorant map. When I think of Valorant, I think of Haven. It's the first map that comes to mind. And it's so interesting because it's one of the only 2 maps in Valorant that have 3 site plants instead of just 2.
And, you know, variety is the spice of life. When there are more spike plants, there are more situations, more pathways for you to go into and go around. So we'll see how that changes up the strategy for both of these teams. Hebron, though, feeling that momentum from last time. Let's see if they keep it up. Or maybe SGP can start off hot like they did last time.
Well, only one way to find out, and I am interested to see these compositions mostly aligned with the meta here. And, you know, you're looking at that double initiator comp coming from both sides now. You have Breach and Sova on one, and then you, of course, have Sova and Sky on the other. Not too surprising there, but what is surprising to me is seeing SGP pick up the Cypher for their Sentinel going up against a KJ. And now you can see the KJ will be eliminated here as Hebron Varsity gonna be starting off with a little bit of a difficulty here on defense.
And you know what? You talked about this, our first Valorant match of this entire Tech Sub tournament. You talked about how some teams are just better on one side of the spike, I guess, than the other. And so you're seeing that Hebron starts off slow when they're playing defense. But maybe they can come back. We've seen SGP clutch it up. Let's see if they can here.
Well, let's see. You got Killua there onto the side, throws out the blinds, but can't get the elim. And now it is a 3v3, and right now both the Omen and the Breach are literally one shot.
And like I said, Hebron trying to pull a page from SGP at the second to last match of the last game. A little bit of clutches here, but time is ticking, and that spike is about to go off.
Yeah, that it is, and you can see the smokes in all entries here as now the fake goes out, the elimination follows. Fried over towards the side, looking at that Cypher cam. Mania does fake out the defuse, able to get one elimination, but they can't get 2. And now only Fried remains as the spike continues to tick away, and finally, it will be the round 1 victory going the way of SGP.
Of course, the last person left was the person who was on their last bit of health. Hebron here, not really known for starting off, I guess, when it comes to the defense here. Tried to get into momentum and did get some kills. Tried to turn the game around. Didn't quite get that to happen. So we'll see. Going into this next one, of course, SGP has that advantage. Maybe Hebron can pull off something they haven't been able to do. Pull that second game, even with that disadvantage in the economy.
Well, here we go, round 2, SGP with a little bit of extra buying power here. As you can see, the doggo goes out, and Churstic nearly being able to get a 2-piece with the classic, but unfortunately gets gunned down, and a beautiful shock dart coming from, I can't see. What was it, Blinks?
Blinks.
Blinks.
No, yeah, Blinks was able to get that 2-piece, no biscuit needed. SGP doing what they needed to do, clearing before they even needed it to plant.
And a fantastic round going their way. SGP now with a 2-round lead, but this is where things start to get a little bit serious. This is going to be the rifle round, and it should be a full buy coming from Hebron. And let's see what they can make of it as we get ready to head into round 3.
Yeah, full buy here, not quite getting that Sniper's Mania. So I feel like once that happens, that's where things really start to get interesting. Let's see if SGP can get over that. But in this meantime, in this rifle round, they've done some damage at least when they were the attackers. So let's see if it might do something. Wow, defending.
Here you go, you got Mania there watching over towards A long, and there's not going to be any push there, but look at this split push coming from SGP. You have 2 over there towards C, 2 at A, and then you have 1 mid. That is an interesting setup there coming from SGP.
I feel like maybe 2 spread out, as you see right here, 2 kills right there. All right, now they're all converging on C.
Walk out.
Right here.
Quick rotation there coming from SGP. Varsity does get the spike planted, so they're going to get a little extra economy just for getting the spike down, but this should be a pretty solid retake coming from Hebron, but oh my word!
Spoke too soon. Caster's curse, my friend. Caster's first.
Oh, 100% blinks again with the head clicks with the Sheriff. Absolutely insane. Being able to get a lot of exit frags, eventually it will be Hebron to get the win, but SGP did make it pretty expensive.
Yeah, did make it pretty expensive. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging. And I guess it was a Caster's Curse and a reverse Caster's Curse to cancel out the Caster's Curse just when it looked like SGP might have clutched it up. Hebron coming back at it. So, nice win right there, getting some money. Much needed right there for Hebron.
And now it's going to be a full buy opportunity coming from SGP. And we should have ourselves a pretty even round in terms of buying power. But with that being said, you can see Hebron suffering maybe just a little bit here, as I didn't really see a full buy coming from their side.
They're saving up, man. I'm pretty sure they want Mania to get what they're known for and good at for that op. That was so dangerous before. A lot of smoke all up in the air right now.
And the Hunter's Fury following up in kind. It doesn't get an elimination, but still should be able to clear a little bit of space for SGP to force their way onto site. And already 1 trade does go down, and now Exif will be the next on the chopping block.
Hebron, a little bit down, just getting that, and then the spike is planted. Let's see what Hebron does and how they approach this right here.
Well, here we go. That shock dart once again goes out, so they're already able to bait out a little utility. And now another trade, and we see ourselves in a 2v1 in the favor of Hebron. Ritzy literally 1 shot at the moment. If they can try and stick this defuse, but no! Beezy able to come through with a clutch 2-piece and get the dub. What a round coming from SGP.
SGP getting it done. They may be down, but they're not out. Able to get that 2-piece in clutch fashion. We love to see it.
I also love to see that SGP logo again with that smash logo in for the O's.
I like it. The rip smash and then doing your own flare and your own spin to that, right? Very nice.
I have literally talked about it every time it comes up, and I'm going to continue to do so. Every time I see that logo, I'm going to mention it again because that is extra saucy right there.
I would love it if nobody from SGP even competed in Smash. They just like the symbol. It's just there.
Oh, no. If they didn't have, I'm not going to lie, if they didn't have a Smash team, I'd be kind of sideways about it.
It's a nice troll job, you know. The audience getting in on the troll jobs. I feel Hebron also getting a little character and flair. Why not? You know, just make character and flair all over the place here.
Well, right now, Hebron still, you know, with that 1 early lead that they were able to get on Bind. So again, not all is lost even if they go down on this map, but still they don't want to have to play any more than what they have to. They're going to try and get the win here now as they are still down 2 rounds to SGP here on Haven.
And obviously you cannot sleep if you're going against Hebron. We saw them. They were down. They were not out. You want to make sure you hold that lead and make sure that you can force this game 3 or match 3 going on into this. So we'll see, but a little slow here for the start.
And you know what? This is what I like here on Haven, especially when you're trying to, you know, find one of these sites, is that slow push, because there's so many different options. You got B and C.
Yeah.
So whenever you take that slow push, it's kind of a fake out because you're thinking, oh, well, you know, if they're not here on this site, then they might be at the other 2. So you're kind of spreading out the defense a lot more here on Haven.
Spike planted.
Spike has been planted. Let's see. Mania getting it. Man, as soon as the op is there, you better watch out. Hebron now, I feel like an advantage with Mania having that weapon.
Oh, absolutely. And there goes another one for Mania.
Come on.
They're able to land that shot, and this retake looking pretty good as now Mania finds a three-piece, and it will be Hebron to find another round win here on Haven.
You know what? Everybody in this stadium feeling good because guess what? Mania just eating it up. Three-piece, doing their thing. When they have that weapon, you better watch out. Been the bane in SGP's existence, and now they are feeling the pressure from it.
Yeah, that they are, and it looks as though they're actually going to force SGP onto a save round here. So this should be a pretty big advantage for Hebron going into round 6, and they should be able to equalize, but we've also seen SGP being able to do a lot of work with just the Sheriffs.
Doing a lot of work. I would not count them out because they are still able to get things done, but it's still a very scary situation to be in.
Yeah, that it is, and now you can see Yeon going to be making their way over towards Garage. They do have the Blade Storm activated, so that is a good thing to have, especially on a save round. The only problem is going to be able to try and find these headshots with it.
A little bit of action there. Nobody's really quite connecting on anything as of late. Very close, no cigar situation so far.
And you know, it's just a centerfold here in the mid lane, and they're just waiting to try and get an early pick. But no, it's going to go the way of Hebron instead. They're able to get the first pick here. And now out goes the utility here on the B site. And Hebron, they are full and aware. They know exactly where the spike is now.
They know exactly where the spike is, so you must be feeling good, especially considering the fact they have that weapons advantage as well. We're about to see some action, and of course we did right there, a little trade action.
Yeah, not a bad trade at all, and honestly, not a bad showing for SGP just yet. The smoke does fade away, and now Ritzy coming from back around, looking to get the flank, but can't connect on the wall bang. And they weren't able to pick up that limb, and now only BZ remains.
Nah, Ritzy needed to take advantage of that flank. Good heads up play right there, and Mania is on a roll. I feel like they have this team in a straight jacket right now.
It definitely does seem that way, especially when you're on the defensive side of the spike on Haven. We even mentioned it earlier that, believe it or not, Haven statistically has a higher win percentage on the defensive side, but it's only like a 52-48 split, something to that effect. But with that being said, we're going to see our first timeout being taken by SGP.
Timeout, settle down, feel themselves, and get je ne sais quoi, feel good, get into the zone. But right now, Mania is in the zone. As soon as they get that op, they are using it, and every opponent that they see, that's their op. They're getting the head clicks, they're getting the shots, they're getting everything that you want. That is a scary thing to see right now, and if you are SGP, you have to be discussing ways as to make sure that Mania doesn't get you.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we're seeing a lot coming out from the Sova picks on both sides. I mean, we already got to see Ritzy going in with a huge flank, nearly being able to secure the win there. And then not to mention, I got to bring up Blinks again, just because with that double shock dart we saw earlier, they have really been like the entryway for a lot of these plays from SGP. And I think they really need to try and really make a play centered around the initiators here, because they're going with double initiator composition. They have a Sova and a Breach, and I've seen a good bit from the Sova. Now I need to see some more from Breach.
Quid pro quo, everybody needs to be involved, especially with such a big task. You know, there's an advantage for the defenders, and Hebron feels that with that weapons advantage as well. So you gotta take advantage of whatever you can. So
Keep your head
right here, going into this next buy phase after the timeout, what the response is going to be for SGP.
Well, here you go. You're going to have Churstick right now with the Odin in hand. Now, that is going to be a big problem right there. Normally, believe it or not, I'll see an Odin on a Sova pick before I see it on a KJ. But you know what? The KJ from Hebron making that Odin look pretty good.
Making it look excellent right now. Let's see what they can do with it. A little bit of hesitancy right here. I feel like they have been close to sidelines, or close but not quite seeing each other in these peek outs right now.
Yeah, look at Ritzy again, going to be peeking this corner here. Not exactly going to go for the full commitment, which they don't have to. Keep in mind, Hebron is playing defense. And now already you can see Ritzy able to get one, trying to take shelter behind boxes as the swing comes. And now Ritzy with 2, but couldn't get the third. And now Hebron has a 4v3 advantage.
You know, but still a good play right there. Ritzy trying to do their thing and getting it done. But now SGP, what are they going to do to respond right here, as it looks like they are converging on A and planting that spike. Hebron now making their way there too.
And of course, you got Mania up in heaven with the ops, so that is always going to be a problem.
That is a major problem right there. I am scared right now if I am SGP.
Yeah, not only that, but the lockdown goes out as well from the KJ, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love KJ, my favorite Sentinel, as the Cosmic Divide also goes out, giving them plenty of cover in order to go for the defuse. They already tried to bait it out, but there's no push, no rebuttal coming from the likes of SGP, and the time continuing to tick away, and it looks as though they're not going to have a choice. They're going to have to give up Spike to Hebron versus Varsity.
You don't want to make sure that your precious weapons are thrown away here, so I understand that, especially too, you have that jet planted up there in heaven. You want to make sure that you don't fall victim to it. I understand that when insane plays and peeks through these corners, successful, accurate shots off of that. So I understand the hesitancy. You know, in this game, you got to know when to fold them. Got to know when to fold them. And it's okay if you fold that right there if you make sure that you can keep your precious supplies.
Well, here we go. We're getting ready now to head into round number 8. Hebron Varsity officially with a 1-round lead after that last win. And it costed them, you know, it costed them a Cosmic Divide. They had to use at least one ult, actually 2, because they used the lockdown as well. So that's 2 ults they're not going to have for a while now. As you can see, the spike, once again, looks like it's going to be a slow push over towards A.
Slow indeed. Not mad at it, though. So you see right here?
Right here.
And anytime I see Mania there, I'm scared. Like, I know, just Mania, it's just gonna do something insane. Ooh, couldn't get the insane shot right there, though.
But you see, that was actually a good bait out from SGP, because now they know where Mania is.
Yes.
The biggest thing they have to worry about is that op, but now you also got to worry about Ritzy coming through with a 2-piece, a double wall bang there over towards Sewers.
Ritzy has been excellent on the flanks, but Mania has been excellent with just getting things done, getting 2 kills right there. Can they make more?
And you see Hebron, they have no hesitancy whatsoever when using these ultimates. In the previous round, they called in the lockdown, they called in the Cosmic Divide, and now Mania comes through on the Blade Storm. As soon as they get these ults, I feel like they're just throwing them on the team.
Use every weapon that you have to your advantage, right? This is what Valorant is all about. You have those ults, you better use them. And it's not just to say they're just using for whatever. They're using it smartly, correctly, and getting it done accurately as well. I love the team play right here from Hebron. SGP right now, losing a little bit of that momentum. Maybe they can turn around, but my goodness, is it going to be hard?
Well, don't get me wrong, they definitely have the opportunity to turn it around, especially now more than ever, because they're getting a full buy.
Yeah.
They got the full rifles, now they have some, I only saw 1 half shield, so they're pretty well equipped to handle this, as already you can see. Turstic, again, just being an absolute nuisance in the mid lane with the Odin.
An absolute nuisance indeed, and that's why I'm saying you might have that advantage. You do have all those weapons, but there's just smart, cunning, conniving plays by Hebron, making sure that they're in the right place in the right time, and they just know where their opponents are.
That Odin spray actually works too. That Odin spray absolutely eats through walls and gets so many wall bangs. That works a lot. And out goes the Rolling Thunder. I was wondering when they're gonna call it in, and now seems like the right time.
Rolling Thunder, hear my cry, getting it done. And SGP using the full buy to their advantage. Finally able to get a win. My goodness, it's been an even matchup between these two, and we love to see it.
Yeah, not only were they able to get the round win, but they were able to bait out the Rolling Thunder from Hebron. So that is another ult that they're not going to have in their arsenal for some time. As you can see, Hebron Varsity now forced to call a timeout.
Forced to call a timeout, and I'm not mad at it too. That's one of the first signs that we've seen Hebron not being able to really get on the things. But let's look at this. I swear, Jigglypuff has been doing good. Let Jigglypuff commentate. Right now, you already are, especially especially with that text. Jigglypuff, major W's to you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You're still casting, but your casting is in subtitles. instead of
Yes,
audio.
exactly.
So like, it still counts.
It's text friendly, you know what I like to see, and it's for the visual medium right there. If somebody needs to watch this at work right now, you know, they can't really, listen to it fully. This is headphone safe. This is visual safe, and honestly, Jigglypuff, thank you so much. We're gonna throw it to you throughout this whole entire thing, just so you know.
Now you see, earlier on, I even said that I could be a Jigglypuff. You know?
Yeah.
But then I also got Snorlax too. I could be a
Actually,
Snorlax.
Snorlax? I can see a Snorlax. What about Mr. Mime? You get any juggling going on?
No, don't give me Mr.
juggling.
Mime.
Not Mr. Mime.
Not Mr. Mime.
You rejected that immediately.
I don't know
like
why.
never.
I get a side duck vibe off of you.
A side duck vibe. Side duck.
Hey,
I've also
I love
gotten
side duck.
Wobbuffet before.
Wobbuffet. They gave you Wobbuffet?
I've gotten that before
no.
in high school
Now you see,
days,
what
man.
I said was kind. Wobbuffet is disrespectful.
Hey, man, high school, they could be pretty disrespectful, so hey, I understand. But side duck, very charming. I like that. Thank you so much.
All right, well, we're underway now here in round number 10. Hebron Varsity coming off of an L in that previous round, looking to try and hold on to this lead as SGP, once again, going to be slowly but steadily making their way over towards A.
That indeed. Momentum looked like it was going to go to Hebron, but they've been able to get it done. Ritzy being so good off the flanks. And it is Reinhawk that made sure to knock them down. Mania still effective, though. Oh.
Hey, you know what? I used to be a Sova main, but then I took an op to the knee.
Player standing.
You gotta say that. We gotta clip that right there. Whoever's watching in chat, go ahead and clip that.
And you know what? That was probably a chest shot. You know, it was probably an even chest shot, but it looked like it hit the knee.
It looked like it hit the knee, so we're gonna let that fly. We don't care about anatomy, all right? This is not a high school event where we're talking about education. This is for the casting, okay? This is for the jokes, and we're entertaining the crowd right there. I still like that.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're getting ready to head into our next round here, and they're forcing SGP once again onto a save round, but at the same time, it is still a successful half nonetheless. They were able to get 4 wins so far, and they still have an opportunity to get more.
I'm scared. I'm very scared right now. Mania is an absolute beast. You give him, I feel like, if you give them 1 pixel of your shoulder, Mania is gonna get the job done and shoot you, okay? And then it really puts SGP at a disadvantage when you're starting off the game hot, you go around 1 corner, you're gone.
Where is everyone hiding?
Yeah, take a look at this. Brian Hawk able to get an early pick there.
Yeah.
Getting their ultimate, calling out the Neuro Theft, and not only that, but they were able to pick up a Phantom that Ritzy dropped.
Right there, we're trying to make their way down to Reinhawk, planting that spike. Reinhawk actually having a really good game.
Planted.
Very quiet, but as you see right here, Mania with the visuals. This is a scary situation. Luckily they have good coverage right there.
Yeah, good job on the Jet, being able to really smoke off Heaven, but I don't know how much it's going to work against Mania as they're able to get that another elimination with the op, and it is now a 3v1 advantage going to Hebron.
I can't believe that you tried to smoke out Mania. You were successful, and even though Fried got that, Mania was right there in case to do the cleanup job. It just really makes it hard, especially on this map.
Absolutely, and now what we're looking at here, best case scenario, is this going to be the last round and a half. SGP could go into the half with a 7-5 split, which is not bad at all.
Not bad at all, especially considering they're going against an absolute menace that has 13 kills. They've been clutching up, and honestly, the games that they should win, the games where they have that economy advantage, for the most part, they've been winning that.
This is your glory.
If they keep that up, they can hold on and keep in this. But it's important to make sure that they win this one, give them a little bit of momentum so that, you know, we saw when Hebron was the attackers, they cleaned, they did work. So you're gonna have to win at least 1 more of these, I feel, to feel confident going into the next set.
Absolutely, and don't get me wrong, we got Valorant action going on right now. It's popping off, but I gotta take a moment to point out the cheering section from Hebron.
Yes.
The actual audience, the cheering section slept on SGP.
You know what? Hebron is Sauce University. I don't care if it's a high school, they're Sauce University because you got the captain got the coach with the captain's hat, you got the Pepe, oh, feels bad man mask, and then you have the audience sleeping on these people. But what did I say? SGP, they needed this win, and right now it looks like they can, but I don't know, with Mania, maybe they clutch it up because, gosh darn it, that's someone I don't want to see.
Not to mention, they were able to just take a 1v1 against Yeon with the Blade Storm and still come out on top. Now Mania trying to force the issue, checking their corners, avoids the blind. And take a look, you got BZ up there in the woodwork, who is going to gun down Mania, securing the last win of the first half to SGP.
Yeah, we've been giving a lot of flowers to Mania, but BZ has been quietly doing the dang thing for SGP, their kill leader. So as I said before, you want to feel good going into this one. Winning that last game, that's exactly what they did. SGP, especially when you talk about that advantage on this map, being a defender, I would still feel great about this one. I feel like winning this one is important just to make sure that you don't get down 2 wins, and then you give Mania an opportunity to get that op. Because once that happens, it becomes a completely different game.
And now you know what's really interesting here is that we already know Hebron is a very offensive team. They're very aggressive. They like to attack. Now we get to see how they operate on the offensive side of the spike here on Haven.
Last time on offense, they were great. So do I expect more of the same? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. My standards are high for Hebron, especially on offense. Like, you know what? I mean, we know Hebron is a great school, great high school. And, you know, they got a great Valorant team. But you know what? I have high expectations for them going into the second half.
But with high expectations comes a lot of pressure. And as we've seen before, the pressure can get to you. Will it get to Hebron? Well, right now, no one's wanting to lose out. And no one wants to give the other team momentum. As we see our first
going out.
Almost engagement, but people are backing up, so no.
Yeah, well, the spike is planted, and it looks like it's going down over there on the C side. A great bait and switch over from mid to C, and now it's going to be a retake force for SGP here. And already you can see the concussions going out, and they are just holding SGP at bay.
Holding them and holding them well right here. Smart strategy right here. Could not get that.
Last player standing.
Last player standing. 1v1. But that spike is already
just ticking away.
Down. Yes.
Exits with a cheeky flank.
Oh!
They didn't get it in time. They did not get the frag in time. Hebron Varsity, literally by a nanosecond, get the win.
Wow, I thought for sure it would go the other way. What a clutch play, and also to the lull. The person defusing to a false sense of security. Excellent play right there by Hebron. Getting it done and then getting closer. So as we said, we saw them do that thing when they were attackers, getting closer to getting that sniper, getting that op, and once that happens, it gets really scary for SGP.
My camera is destroyed.
That came down to the last millisecond
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Great play, but I got to give it up to BZ. You know why? Because they stuck with the spike.
Yeah.
They tried to stick it, and you know why? Because pros don't fake.
No, absolutely not, but there's been a pro right there. Mania also a pro right there. A whole bunch of smoke, a whole bunch of blind firing, and it's been going down so far.
And look at Yeon now trying to make it happen with the shorty. Was able to get at least one elimination. And now here comes Blinks as the trades are being made, and they will be gunned down. Exit, able to exit frag for Hebron to secure yet another round win.
It makes sense because they got the moolah on their way, but SGP, let's see if they can come back from this one.
And again, still plenty of opportunity to be had here. It's only round 15. Can still do a lot of work, but SGP are going to have to make the most of this rifle round here.
Absolutely. Now they have the weapons.
Right on my
no
way.
excuses, especially we're getting close to match point here. Not quite there yet, but we're getting close. So you want to make sure, as I said before, keep that momentum. You got to win at the end of the round. This is one of those where it's not a must win, but you should win just to feel comfortable.
Yeah, and BZ already able to take out Mania, who was armed with only a sheriff. Is now Yeon over there towards Garage, getting ready to make a peek against Ritzy. Ritzy again armed only with the sheriff, going to be going up against this Vandal. This should be a tough take here. The Owl Drone goes out, it goes down, and Yeon is able to avoid the danger.
Able to avoid its danger. Smart get out of dodge play right here.
And now it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a slow rotation back over towards mid, over towards the B side. A great pick by Exif in order to find an entryway into B, and now BZ able to get another, and the trades are constantly going back and forth.
Trades, and really some good play right there. Caught slipping, looking the other way. Excellent play right there to get that kill off.
Now take a look at Exif being able to find a head click again, but eventually will be gunned down, and now we have ourselves a 2v2.
Kill for kill, kill for kill. I've been back and forth for this one. 2 people left. Ritzy, been really good at the flank game, but said I can face you one-on-one too.
Yeah, but look at this. Ritzy down so much health here, and
yeah,
you can see they still are able to find the head click. As long as you can get headshots, the health bar doesn't matter.
Down, but not out. All you need to do is make sure that the aim is true, and look at what happens. Ritzy making the play.
Yeah, Hebron Varsity definitely making a huge case here in Haven, as they are so close now to putting themselves onto match point. And now they have forced a save round for SGP, giving them a huge weapons advantage as we get ready to head into round 16.
Huge weapons advantage. Let's see what happens off of that. Good plays that have been happening so far. SGP really need to, especially getting closer to that, really need to pick up some momentum here. Hopefully, they can do something.
Already you can see it is going to be Hebron Varsity going for a full push here on to the C site. It has been committed. Out goes the Sova Dart, not being able to find anyone because SGP gave up sight, which is actually a smart play because on Haven, it is much better to play for retake than it is to try and stick a solid defense off the rip.
And guess what? They're converging in, being smart, being methodical, and also slow too. You cannot afford to give it up to Hebron. I do like
Well, the retake well and underway now. BZ trying to provide a little cover as the blinds now come out, as well as all of the rest of the utility. And at least one shot does go the way of Mania. Let's make it 2, and now the third goes down. Out goes the fourth, and that will be the final elimination for a flawless victory coming from Hebron.
Ladies and gentlemen, fish in a barrel, as Cap said, the retake going well, and of course you have to take a timeout there if you're SGP. You are basically down to the wire. You're back against the wall, and Hebron showing it. A question that we ask, even though there is an advantage, if you're a defender in this map, Hebron, attackers for a reason, they're good at attacking and making sure they plant that spike and also eliminate their foes as well.
100%, and now they're getting ready to put themselves onto match point, but SGP, they have an opportunity to answer back here as they are going to have themselves a full buy round, so they should be able to get enough on their arsenal to go toe-to-toe with Hebron Varsity. So now this is their opportunity to put a stop to this wave of momentum that Hebron has managed to build.
And this is why it's a smart timeout. When you have that advantage with weapons, and for the most part, they've been successful at a lot of these crucial situations, and then you need to make sure that you have a fair game plan, because if you don't, then you're at match point, and then it's almost Hebron's to lose. So you have to make sure you come clear and cohesively and have a strategy, because guess what? You just got baited into a bad play, fish in a barrel the last time, hoping that that doesn't happen again.
Well, here we go. We are getting ready to head now into round 17. Hebron Varsity only one win away from putting themselves onto match point. SGP with a huge opportunity to answer back here and now.
And if you're SGP, we talked about there are no must-wins. This is a must-win right here. You have to do it, and guess what? Getting the first kill, getting a set of kills right there. SGP, the timeout has been working for them, but now we're at a 3v3 situation.
Yeah, also the Cosmic Divide out onto the C site, so I don't know how this plan is going to go the way of Hebron as they lost control of the spike. And now SGP have a real opportunity to get a round win away from Hebron Varsity.
Much needed, much needed. You need to win the must-wins, and SGP has been doing a great job at doing that. Hopefully they can keep it blinded right here, though.
And what a beautiful Hunter's Fury coming from Ritzy, being able to pick out at least one, but the trade is still made, and we have ourselves a 2v2. And SGP Varsity have lost control of the spike. No, BZ is still there and watching. They still have spike.
They still have spike, but oh my gosh, I have to give credit to Braun. in. Through the walls, they've been getting some good
30
great
seconds
ults
left.
off, and it seems like they know exactly where their players are. SGP, after starting the game off so well, this matchup so well, they're in dire straits.
Yeah, and the reason being is because something like what's called Valorant timing. Literally, the Omen was there for days watching Spike, and as soon as they decide to throw out a smoke is when we saw Mania poke their head out, and they knew exactly where BZ was. So again, it's somewhat of a feels bad, but that's just Valorant timing.
Hey, that's why we have that face mask, right? Feels bad, man. We're probably gonna have to see that again.
Mania able to close out the round with a 3-piece, putting Hebron Varsity on to match point.
Death, taxes, and Mania coming out of nowhere and killing you. That's exactly what we've seen so far. Mania actually haunts my nightmares. I understand why they have that name, because they are causing SGP to be in hysterics right now.
Oh yeah, and Mania is nothing short of a maniac. I mean, look at this. They're top fragging with 21 eliminations and only 9 deaths to their name. Just absolutely leading the way here for Hebron Varsity, as now this very well could be the last round for this series. And Hebron Varsity only 1 round away from being your state champions.
Yeah, big oof right here. There has been some serious great plays right there. Blitz making sure to get that out, thrown out the way. And Hawk. Also in heaven here.
And again, good coverage by throwing out the Cypher cages, but now they have used both of them, so they don't have any more in their arsenal. And the rotation is fully underway now from Hebron, going over towards that A site, and it should be a free plant.
We'll see right here. Hebron deciding. Still getting these kills off right here, too.
Spike down. Player standing.
But SGP coming back. 1 more left to go. Will Fry clutch it up? Does get a kill, but can't get it done.
Hey, you know what they say, every comeback has always started with at least 1 win in Valorant.
Yes.
So SGP able to get things started. They still have a long way to go, but now they have basically stated that they are not out of this one yet.
Absolutely not. Down, but not out. And you know what's interesting? It's just like in basketball. Players, teams will be down 3-1. You take it 1 game at a time. You don't look at the big picture, because if you look at the big picture, you will get lost. You know, Hebron is excellent at attacking and has had your number, but you finally get that victory. You just can't get anybody out of that also. Can't get anybody off of that, though.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know that was a lineup. I didn't think that would work, you know? But
yeah.
You know what? Now I got something new to try when I go home and play Valorant. But with that being said, you can see that the lockdown does go out from the KJ, and this should give the much-needed room for Hebron to force their way onto site.
And that's exactly what it looks like they're doing. Killa tried to get something, but Brizzy's going ahead and kill him back right there.
Yeah, not only that, but Brian Hawk able to get a frag through the smoke. Not bad at all. As you can see, it will be Hebron to get the spike planted onto the A site.
Here, the spike is planted, but the number advantage is SGP's way. Let's see what they do with it.
See ya.
SGP answering back in a major way here as they're able to get 2 eliminations. Now Ethics is all that remains, but Exit will be gunned down, and SGP are now able to win 2 in a row, making a big comeback in terms of economy.
And that was a little scary right there, because we've also seen Ethics, especially too. SGP has seen this before, where it looks like they might have pulled off something, and then Ethics comes out of nowhere, and then Ruins crushes their dreams right there. So SGP, are you saying there's a chance? Because right now, it looks like there might be.
I'll let you know right now, there is always a chance. It is not over until it is over. So yes, there is still very much a chance here. And if they manage to take this round win, then they're going to force Hebron onto a save round.
It's not over until the lady sings. So I guess I can sing when it is over. But until then, you're seeing double kill right there from you.
C.
SGP stepping up their game in a major way. We see Yeon once again being able to come out with a double frag. Exit now able to return the double frag in kind as we have ourselves a 3v3.
3v3 situation here, and look at that. Blitz getting it done as well.
Yep, out goes the shock dart, not able to land here. Exit
that
with a double
enemy
frag,
remaining.
gets a 4-piece, and they could end the championship on an ace with this 1v1. Killua now making their way through Garage.
What did I say? Towards the end of the game is someone you do not want to mess with. Ended up getting 2 kills. As you see right here, does seem to be a little bit of a
The ace! They got the ace!
They did it! And ending the game with a flourish. My goodness, getting off the ace. Hebron, are you serious?
That doesn't happen. That is illegal. You can't do that. Exit wins the state championship on an ace off of a jump shot.
Oh my gosh, there's just so much sauce that comes with her Braun team. First of all, coming with the audacity to sleep on your opponents, your coach, going ahead, having the captain's hat, but on top of that too, ending on an ace. There has just been so much histriostics from this, and they're worthy of it. Hebron, I bow down to you.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. We have our 2023 TechSF Undisputed Valorant State Champions. Hebron Varsity, raise the belt up. You have earned it. Show the crowd what you have won.
And if I'm Hebron, I'm surprised. We don't see the Pepe. We don't see the Pepe mask on stage.
No, because they're not sleeping anymore. They're wide awake. They're state champions. Hebron Varsity, show the crowd the bell. Go ahead and grab it. What are you waiting for?
Grab it, anointed, raise it in victory. We're waiting to make sure. Are we putting the medals on them first?
There
okay,
we
now
go.
we go. There you go.
You see, I wouldn't have waited. I wouldn't be able to hold myself back.
They wouldn't have actually needed to. As soon as I got the ace, I just would have ripped it out of someone's hands and just did it. I wouldn't even have waited.
Oh, look, there you go. There's the Pepe Frog guys.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel bad, man. It feels great to win so much character from this team. As soon as they entered the stage, they had the sauce, they played with sauce, and they got it done. And that's exactly why they're state champs.
They tried to put it on their teammates like, no, you got it. You earned it. We're going to put it on. Put the belt on. Oh, and that looks so good. Crowd, let me hear it for it one more time for our Valorant State Champions, Hebron Varsity.
Grand Finals Valorant Champions, Hebron. Come on. There it is. Congratulations to our Grand Finals champions. I'm loving the belt. So, where's Mania? Who's Mania? Mania? So what's it like to get out there and just kind of click on heads?
I don't know, honestly. It felt pretty good. You know, I was in flow state, so...
You were just feeling it, huh?
Yeah.
They learned that in esports. That's what I want to hear. All right. So congratulations. What was this tournament like for y'all? Going through all the different rounds, winding up here on the main stage.
I personally think it was quite an experience. I want to say thank you to the TechSF staff for providing such a fantastic event. A great opportunity here, so let's give a hand for them, please.
And I got to get the coach over here because he was quite popular in the stream. So captain, I even heard you might have lost your captain, so you're the captain now or something. But quick shout out, how did you feel about this event, bringing all your teams here and everything?
Oh man, this was awesome. I mean, this is what it's all about. That's why you start the program a couple years ago. To see Texas, become the dominant esports state that we are. Can you say there's any other state you'd rather be? No! Man, we love all of our neighbors, the Texas Tigers, Lake Dallas, SGP. We love all the teams we play against. We love playing for Texas, man. We're hoping to make you guys proud at Kansas City at Nationals here in a few weeks.
So one last round of cheers for our main team here. Come on. All right, and now we're going to kick it back over to the casters.
Oh, Captain, my captain, excellent job coaching up a swell, theatric. I love the excitement that this team brings because they not only played well, but they have so much character and personality about it. And I love that the crowd said this is for esports because honestly, this whole tournament is just the best of esports. Killer plays, amazing personality, not only from the people on this stage, but also from the crowd too, and of course our color commentator. Give big W to Jigglypuff for getting it done. It's been an amazing event, and I loved everything we see.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, the crowd was the best. I'm gonna keep it a $150. They're the unsung heroes here. Was the crowd again? We got to see the Jigglypuff Captain Manhood. Oh,
yes, Captain Manhood. We love you.
Awesome.
Big hearts. We love it. Thank you guys so much. You guys have made this swell.
Oh, 100%. And then, of course, you had the entire Hebron side, you know, and the crowd in the audience waving the heads around, showing their favorite players for their favorite team. It was absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? We got to see so many great plays throughout. And again, Mania being one of the main playmakers just time and time again, but so many great plays going in that series.
So many great plays from so many great players. You know, we talk about the Hebron players. Of course, there were so many excellent plays from them as well. But I also have to give some love. SGP doing an excellent job because there were some absolute fraggers who were doing their thing, but ultimately there can only be one team that wins, and that would be Hebron.
Absolutely, and you got to keep in mind, this was a best-of-3 series. This is the most amount of Valorant we played all weekend, and it went from Bind over to Haven. It's such a different map selection, such a different map pick. You really have to adjust the way that you play going from Bind to Haven, and Hebron Varsity just managed to do it flawlessly.
Flawlessly, including one player getting the eliminations flawlessly as well towards the end with that ace. Fantastic play, and honestly, although there are some differences between the maps, when it came to the attacking side, Hebron clear advantage and cleared out the competition in stylish fashion.
Oh, without a doubt. And then, you know, you got to give it up to Blinks as well from SGP.
Yes.
Blinks came in so many times, not only being able to frag out with the Sheriff with the weapons, but they also got it done with the shock darts as well, being able to utilize their utility and put on quite a show.
Yeah, BZ also a major fragger as well, doing their thing. Of course, you got to hype up your crew because that's what happened, and those are the plays that got it done. A lot of theatric, a lot of personality that you've seen from this, but of course, we're all here for some of these Mania plays because, my goodness, the Mania in that player.
100%, and again, also Ritzy. Who can forget Ritzy? We saw so many great plays coming from them time and time again. That double wall bang there off the flank, and then Eon doing the best that they can, able to come through with so many clutch plays as well for the side of SGP.
Yeah, Eon at the end of the day was the top fragger for SGP, really put them in the driver's seat, or at least gave them a little bit of a ability to come back towards the end. But at the end of the day, there could only be one killer, and there was a flawless victory right there that showed just how dominant this Hebron team is, especially with plays like that. A lot of good ults through the walls there.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what we're talking about, Ritzy. They're not just good on, you know, on the shot and shot placement, but they're also really good with their utility. Again, being able to use that Hunter's Fury, and that was also a really good round from SGP. But this was the play of the day, the play of the weekend, the play of the year. Exit, going the full distance for the championship round, walking off with an ace. Without a doubt, the best play of TechSef, hands down.
It makes sense that one of the swaggiest teams that we've seen get on stage in this competition finished it off with flair and some swagger of their own, hoisting up the belt with a victory. Of course, you have to go with the Pepe mask, and not only that, but the "oh captain, my captain." There were great things that happened here today, and I'm honestly honored that I could see some of the theatrics that they have, because especially too, we are both comedians, so we love flair. So to see them act the fool, but then get it done too, warms my heart. Warms my heart so well.
Oh, and I love that on stage. They're taking pictures with their signage, the signage with their faces on them, and just getting a good photo out right there. That's a perfect photo out. That's,
baller move.
That's going up on social media. But with that being said, I think we're going to be heading to a short, quick break. But we're going to be back soon with more action for you right here at the TechSef Undisputed State Championships. So don't go anywhere. Well, hello and welcome back once again. And for the final time, it is the saddest part of the weekend. This is the part where we have to say our goodbyes.
Don't make me ugly cry on stage right now because there was so much excellent play that we've seen from these gamers. It was an excellent event all the way through. I have to give my flowers to everyone, not only the excellent crowd who did their thing, because my goodness, they deserve all the flowers, roses, petals, whatever, but also too, excellent casters that came up and got to show their thing. I wish I had this opportunity when I was younger, so to see them go out there, have an opportunity to get something on their demo reel, made my heart warm, you know?
Oh, yeah, and I also got to give it up to our volunteers, too. If you've seen anybody walking around with that red Undisputed shirt, just know those are volunteers from local high schools as well, making sure that we have enough TOs, tournament organizers, admins, mods, everything that we need in order to put this event on. So, again, and they're doing it out of their own time, so you really got to give it to them, as well as the crowd. The crowd was great. The parents who managed to come out and support their young students and their young student athletes in order to be here today. And not to mention production. Got to give it up to production.
Oh, my gosh, production. So well, so nice to make sure that we have everything set up. Did an excellent job leading us through the way, which, you know, of course we've been doing this a little bit, you know, whatever, but then leading people who might not know a little bit about the ropes, maybe this is the first time with the bright lights on and maybe first time with these types of comms. It was great to see them walk people through so they can get experience, because this is not just about the players. This is not just about, you know, people like us who have things in this industry, but people who are on the rise. What I love about this event is that there were so many players in high school and college that had their opportunity to show what they had. And not only just on stage, but also there were several lovely events and lovely tournaments that we had off stage too. So we have to give our flowers to them, because there was not only exciting action that we saw on this broadcast, but then also exciting action that we saw and heard on the sidelines as well.
Oh, yeah, you definitely felt the energy from the crowd and from the stage and from the players in the background, you know, going through their group stages. But also, I just absolutely love TechSef for putting this event on, because they literally put on like 5 to 6 different esports and brought all of those communities together under one roof here at the Arlington Arena. And honestly, that was just truly a sight to see so many different esports titles, so many great players, and not to mention so many champions crowned this weekend. It just was an absolutely fantastic experience from start to finish.
You know, a lot of people walked away with a belt this weekend, got their medals, and that's great. But I really wish that we can give a belt and a medal to all the people that made sure this thing was possible, especially the organizers of TechSef. I love the vision. I can't wait to see where this goes. This is the inaugural event, so it's going to get bigger and better, one step at a time. This is the first step, and my goodness, I am so happy to be here, of course, with my main man, Cap. Good cast, my friend. Good cast.
Absolutely. Would not have preferred to be here with anybody else. But with that being said, Bordy McBoard, it saddens me to say that is going to wrap things up, and that is going to do it for us here on the desk, live at Arlington. And it has been just a fantastic experience. But with that being said, it is going to be a farewell and goodbye from us here at the 2023 TechSef Undisputed State Championships. Goodbye, good evening, and good night.